fade in, fade in, fade in, fade in, fade in.
You should make a very convincing Nazi.
That is correct.
Too many people getting raped now, and that's too many people getting raped, y'all. That's too many people getting raped, y'all. I got too many people getting raped now. We gotta stop with all of this rape now. We gotta stop with all of this rape, y'all. We gotta stop with all of this rape now. We gotta stop with this motherfucking rape now.
Well, you're assuming that I train Ray.
Exactly. Sneaky.
Do I?
Fade in.
No, God!
Fade in, fade in, fade in, fade in, fade in.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
I am the type of Star Wars fan that doesn't even have a favorite movie. I just want to live in the universe of Star Wars continually, in perpetuity, forever. So when people are like, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? I'm like, there is no Star Wars movie. There is only Star Wars.
Ah, I'm gonna kill myself! I'm going to kill myself, and it's your fault!
The sequel movies were just the worst garbage ever. Last Jedi was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. I wanted to leave the theater, but I was like, I can't. It's Star Wars. You know, I need to watch it. But man, was that bad.
I think that the thing that George never did was maintain the status quo. And I think that that's really important because...
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you!
When I read 8, I told Ryan, I fundamentally disagree with virtually everything you've decided about my character. Who is this guy? How did the most optimistic, hopeful character in the galaxy turn into this hermit who says it's time for the Jedi to end? I read that and I said, what? I mean, that's not what a Jedi does. I mean, a Jedi is optimistic. A Jedi has tenacity. He never gives up. He doesn't secrete himself on an island. But you'll.
What's the best kind of firework to buy?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Where are your parents? Gets sketchy. Back to you guys.
So they wanted us to keep going. That Star Wars girl said, keep going. Okay, so...
That Star Wars girl.
That Star Wars girl.
Star Wars
Anna.
girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Star Wars girl. Yeah, hit us up. Well, I think let's do it.
Nice.
Yeah. If you've got a show and you're from the Azores, let's do it.
There you go.
There.
Was Carl there?
Star Wars girl was there.
Wait, Star Wars girl was there?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I didn't go. I think she definitely doesn't like me.
I mean, I don't think she likes me now either.
Oh wait, what'd you say to her?
Well, I walked. She's hot, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, who the fuck is this hot bitch at the woman at the bar all night? And then I walked over to say like, oh, good job to, I don't know, Lila Hart or something, I think. And she said, you're Nick Rakita's friend, aren't you?
Yeah.
And that annoyed me a little bit.
So you're like, Nick Rakita's my friend, bitch. I made him.
I said, yeah, who are you? And she goes, I'm Star Wars girl. And I said, oh my God, you're so much hotter in person. I mean, you're hot online. Don't get me wrong. You're hot online, but in person,
hotter.
I said something like that, and then
she doesn't.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead.
Okay, so I should have shown up to be awkward around women and make them hate us more. That would have been good.
They love that shit.
Wait, what are we talking about?
I figured out how to monetize social justice warriors.
I have no love for He-Man.
I know, but I have no love for He-Man either, but he's got a place in the world in a comic book story.
When I was a kid, I'd watch He-Man and Masters of the Universe when I got home from school. From 1981 to 82, it was a rich...
I'm kind of retarded. There's some chick named That Star Wars Girl or something like that. And she wrote this fucking screen. She was like, you're always doing this. And she ended with, be a man. And I was like, what the fuck? I've been struggling my whole life not to be a man.
Yeah.
Grown up fucking teenager.
Not to be the version of a man we thought we were supposed to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The man that she was suggesting that I'd be. And
like
stuff.
our dad's generation.
Who didn't fucking cry.
No.
Although my father cried.
Shove that rod up that cunt's ass.
Hey, what are we talking about?
That Star Wars girl.
That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl.
Oh yeah. Be a man.
No, would you spit in his mouth?
Ni hao to all of our Star Wars fans in China.
Yo, what's up, everyone? I am drunk. I haven't drank this much, which this is so gay. I drank 2.5 Smirnoff Ices, and I'm fucking plastered. I haven't drank like this since before I was pregnant. Oh my gosh, I was trying so hard to hold it in during Jack's show. And yeah, I'm off camera because I started. This is how much of a bitch I am. Like, not like a bitch like me, like pussy kind of bitch. Like, I started crying. Like, I'm crying out of like laughter because I couldn't hold it. Like, I was trying so hard not to laugh because I mean, you know what, that guy, he's working really hard. Like, you know, fucking props to him. Like, so many people are like, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll or like never do it. They're all talk and no walk. And that guy's fucking doing it, man. He's drawing his book. He likes his characters. He's got it all planned out. And you know, he's not doing. It's like do or do not. There is no try. He fucking took that from Yoda and he took it to heart, man. He's Oz. Be nice. He's making shit happen, right? He's trying to make his dream a reality. I gotta give him props to it. And you know, that's his heart and his soul. Just because we might not understand, you know, he's on a different level. We're all too like simpletons to truly appreciate his art. And I was trying to hold in my reaction, and my eyes just started watering. So if I turn on my camera, I'm gonna look like a total bitch. I'm so glad I didn't wear makeup today. So glad. Yes, exactly. He has passion. He has passion. Speaking of passion, I got this book called The Eye Project. Now, guys, this is my passion. I know you guys all think I'm fucking weird and you don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to you. I was like, hey, listen, I'll turn on my camera now because I think I started crying. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story. So a couple years ago, you guys gotta tell me in the chat, how many years ago was the Vampirella cover? Was that like 5 or 6 years ago? It seems like yesterday to me. But so Dynamite had been asking me to do covers for like fucking ever. And like, but they're like, we have all these Star Wars comics. And I'm like, yeah, but that's Disney Star Wars. I don't want to touch that. And like, I don't want to do freaking Star Wars, like Kylo Ren Star Wars projects. Absolutely not. I was like, thank you for the offer, but no, like, I don't want my name attached with Disney Star Wars. But then like they like reached out again after my sister passed. Like, do you want to do this? And you can like do it as like a tribute to your sister. And I was like, yeah, you know, that's a good idea because my sister is like a really big horror movies fan. She likes that kind of stuff. You know, we watched all the vampire movies together. And like, I swear, every freaking B-rated horror movie she freaking watched. And I'm like, she died with like nothing. She had like, aside from like, you know, she was never married. She doesn't have any kids. She has like no legacies. I was like, I'll do this because it'll immortalize her in a way in comic book history in some way, shape, or form. So I did that because that was so successful. They're like, you can do anything. So I looked at, you know, their gallery of characters and I was like, oh my gosh, you guys have Xena. I love Xena. I grew up watching Xena. That's awesome. And so I came up, I'll show you. Let me find it. Let me pull up the files. Let me show you guys the receipt. So I had this big plan. And so I wanted to do like, you know how John and Shane and Ethan did like their gay like 3 covers and you put them all together and they all make one image. I was going to do that with Xena, Red Sonja, and Deja Thoris. Where the fuck is this? Oh my God. I'm so drunk and I'm looking for these damn files. And I have like 10 gazillion files on my damn PC. Maybe it's in documents. Oh my God. You know, I'm just going to type in Xena to this PC and see if it'll find it. But it's okay. So I was going to do this. And so I was supposed to launch my campaign before Cecil, but I was trying to, and I spent like months painting this. I did this epic painting of Xena and I still have it. It's in my closet. because I got it all framed and everything because it was supposed to be like part of the campaign. And then what happens? Cecil gets canceled. So my project got canceled. So my 3, and I even got like nice frames for them. So that way they were all going to be the same and they were all going to match and it was going to be great. And so my idea was like a transition of like colors because it's like, throughout the, so I'm trying to find it. Anna drinks before she goes out drinking. Actually, I do. That was like, this memory popped up here. It's going to share like all of my files, but okay, fuck it. I'm just going to do like share entire screen. You guys can see it. It's like, here we go. Entire screen. Here, you guys can see. It's like loading, man. You see, this is loading. Like, see, I had a painting video. They like, see, Xena. I did this painting of fucking Xena as an oil painting, but I kept repainting her goddamn eye because I didn't like it. There was no soul in it. And I blame Cecil. No, I blame all the assholes that canceled Cecil. And then, Nick kind of, backing down and, not standing his ground against them trying to cancel Cecil. So everything got canceled, but I had this great thing. So I still have this goddamn painting, but I was painting the eye over and over again. I'm like, Jesus, it's like, it's lifeless. I need the soul. And then that's when I was like, okay, well, I heard this thing before where it's like, you have to do something like 200 times. Like Anthony Hopkins has this like great quote. And he says that the way that he like gets into character is he says his lines 250 times. And I heard that too in college. I heard like, oh, you have to do something 200 times. You have to do something 200 times. And so I was like, fuck it. I never want to have this again where, because like, the eyes are the window to the soul. And I'm like, I can't have soulless eyes. So and it was like another thing with like the Mona Lisa, like no wonder where you stand. She's watching you kind of thing. So I'm like, I got to get this. I got to do this. So I asked all of you wonderful people to volunteer and you guys all did. And here's the 100. So this is I1, this is I100. And so I was going to put them all together in like a book of 200, but now I have over 200 volunteers, which by the way, thank you. I appreciate that. So then I was like, okay, maybe I should do 3 books because I was explaining it and they're like, it's because the book's small, it's going to be too thick and you're not going to, I was like, okay, you're right. So I'll do 3 volumes, hopefully. And this is volume 1. So guys, I know it's weird. I know it's like not up everyone's alley, but guys, this is hours and hours of my life. My blood, sweat, and tears went into this, into painting all these. You guys all thought this is what everyone's like, oh, it's so weird. But then I'm like, yeah, I am weird. What do you expect from me? But also, I think you guys can see my improvement over the time. I think so. I think I've gotten significantly better. But also, oh my gosh, stuff just came out of my nose. I still like, see, liquid gets stuck in this fucking tube that's in my head. But anyways, so this is like, I already got over 100 pages of book. It is an art book and I'm very, very proud of myself. So I'm just asking you guys if you guys can help me make this. I know it's not like a sexy cosplay calendar, which I mean, by the way, thanks for that. Cause I'm like the weirdest looking person on the planet. I just look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I just see like my family. That's weird. It's like this, like the way that like my smile and like this is my grandma. And then like my face is pretty much, my head is my mom's, my eye color is my dad's. It's like my nose is my great grandma. I just see like different people in my face. I don't know. I was like, I don't know, but thank you everyone for backing my calendars and everything. Send Sean a link. I sent the link in the weekly show. But yeah, that's genetics, you freak. I know, but that's like why. Oh yeah, Spike Insanity. Wow, you're not mad anymore? Look at this is Spike. He's in this freaking book. He's right here. That's Spike and Madness. And if you guys want to see this bigger, all you got to do is go click on the campaign, say, where is it? Open image, a new tab. And oh my gosh, look at it. And you guys can zoom in. It is a little bit blurry, but I mean, I have the high res stuff. So it'll be high res in the book. Trust me. Okay, let's scroll down. Let's go through the book. Here's the book. Now, this is going to be, is it called embossed? So this is like my inspiration. This is a book from the artist Liana Key. She worked like at Disney and Nickelodeon. So you see how it's like indented in there. So that's what this is supposed to be. And then like it'll have like, instead of a mermaid, it'll have an eye. And then like, I don't think this one will have a number on it because I don't know if I'm going to do more. I want to do more, but if this isn't successful, then I can't, obviously. But they don't have like the eye project right here. And then I want like the rims of the pages to be gold. And then the paper is going to be like a textured canvas. And she has like this material, but obviously it gets dirty. I don't know if you guys can see that. It gets dirty real easily. So I'm going to see if they have like leather or something that's not going to get dirty over time. But yeah, Illuminati, don't say that. I got in trouble on my art YouTube channel. Everyone's like, oh, Illuminati. I'm like, no, I literally was just trying to get better. Here's my celebratory selfie after I finished all 100 eyes. I was trying to get like a better photo and put all the eyes up, but I can't find like 5 of them. I'm like, where the fuck did I put them? And I'm like, I put things in places to dry sometimes and then I forget. But how dirty? Well, look, and this one's got like, it's a lighter color, so you guys can kind of see like the edges of it get kind of dirty over time. And then this one I accidentally got paint on. But like this one, like I think I like got Mio on it because it's discolored in the corner. But yeah, so I this one is like a canvas type of book, and I don't want that. Oh my goodness, hold on, I got to get an intro for the special guest. Let me see, where is it? Here we go.
What is this thing called sex? And I gotta try it. And what? Wait, what are we talking about?
That was not the one I was trying to play.
Right.
But hi, Shane.
Hey, how are you? I saw the link. I didn't. I was here before and I didn't know the link was out. Sorry. Or I've been here sooner.
Oh, you're fine.
I have to go to bed. I have to go to bed soon though, because I have a doctor's appointment in the morning.
Oh,
Getting
yeah?
blood work done. Getting blood work done.
Oh yeah, I had to do that a lot when I was pregnant. What are you getting blood work done for?
Well, Treble's got to me, you know, with this cancer and AIDS. I didn't even know you could have both. And I'm like, knowing my luck, you know, and he just won't shut the fuck up with this AIDS dumpster Davis. So I'm just like, you know, I'll fucking shut him up. I'll go get fucking
So you want to
blood
see
work
if you
done.
have AIDS?
Well, I know I don't, but the guy won't shut the fuck up. So I said, I'll show him. I'll go get my blood work done. And, you know, there you go, Shrebbles. Then what? Then what, Shrebbles?
You know how you get AIDS, right?
Blood transfusions.
And gay sex, man.
Well, I have not had any gay sex. I mean, but
Well, with John. Okay, I'm sorry. Making love, but
look, sex with there's nothing fun about sex with John. There's nothing gay about it. It wasn't like that.
Uh-huh.
You know, the Romans or the Greeks, one of them, they said a man can only really have love for another man.
Like the Spartans.
Yeah, the Spartan, whoever, somebody macho said that one time.
So are you gonna put that in your Inglorious Rex book? Is that why that one
Yeah.
guy came back to life? So he
Yeah.
could have gay sex with
Gay
Alex?
sex. Yeah. All right, but yeah, about that. I'm fasting for 12 hours. So I
Oh, yeah, I had to do that too when I was getting all that done. It sucks, man. And then I had to drink that stupid glucose drink to see if I had that baby diabetes. It sucks.
Oh, yeah. Yanzi had that baby diabetes.
That sucks.
Yeah, she actually she weighed less when she delivered the kid going into delivery than when I knocked her up.
Oh.
And that's with the baby. Like, you
That's
know,
crazy. So
I
she
know,
lost all the weight because of not being able to eat
the
food?
baby. Well, the dieting, yeah, which was horrible. So basically for 9 months, I had to basically treat her like she was like a fighter in a fight camp and what she could eat and what she couldn't. And
She must have wanted to murder you.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Did I tell you about when she got the snow cone?
Yeah, and she passed out.
Yeah, so she's like, I just need a snow cone. I'm like, it's just water, it's just ice, you know, whatever. So I got a snow cone, and I could have swore I made her get a sugar-free one, but obviously she didn't. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna run into Walmart real quick. And she's like, well, I'm just gonna sit in the car, it's fine, you know. And I'm like, okay. So by the time I go in, pick up like maybe milk, that was it, and I'm back out. Like, she is dripping in sweat. The seat is laid back, and she's like, I you got to get me to the hospital.
Oh my God.
I'm like, now the hospital was like maybe half a mile down the road. I mean, my wife is like, what was she when this happened? She was way showing, so 7 months maybe pregnant. I'm having to I'm my little Nissan Cube, up to the ER, entrance. I'm opening the door. I'm having to grab my pregnant wife out of the car. She is just dripping in sweat. Carry her in. I'm like screaming. And they're like, yeah, just put her in the chair. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, can you come over here and fill out paperwork? I'm like, my wife and child, fuck your paperwork, And basically they just had to take her in, and they couldn't let her leave until basically the baby's heart rate went down. What happened is the baby's just got super active with the sugar, and was just like heart rate was jacked from the sugar, and it was causing her to shut down. It was the craziest thing. So they had this machine hooked up. I could hear the baby's heartbeat just rocketing. And they just kept making her consume all this water and IV until, like, I guess her blood sugar went down enough that the baby would chill out. Like, I mean, that was pretty much it. It was like crazy. But yeah. If you get that, you cannot like eat carbs. You can't eat. Basically, you're living like a protein diet.
Yeah, that's how I was pretty much. And I didn't have the baby diabetes, but all she wanted me to eat was chicken. So all I could eat for like 9 months was chicken and cheese.
Yeah. Well, even
And cheese only came in later.
Yeah, but even like fruits with sugar, like she couldn't eat. Like it's not even like a candy bar or something. Like she just couldn't. There's tons of food you'd think, well, that's normal and it's healthy. It is, but unless you have diabetes while you're pregnant, and then it leaves the second the baby's out. Like it's crazy.
Well, it's with the placenta. I know
Yeah.
everyone's having so much fun with this baby conversation. Well, are you going to take pictures of you getting your blood drawn? You should.
I almost donated blood as mange at the Comic-Con. They were going to let me too. They were going to let me live stream me donating blood dressed up as mange.
Oh my God, why didn't you?
Because people had said it's for the fucking AIDS patients. They've been screaming super chats and make me read because they would make you sit. I would be reading super chats about AIDS to a bunch of people donating blood.
Oh my God.
I
You
mean,
should have
because
done
that's
it.
what that would have happened, and I could not do that to the world.
Guys, go back my book. And if I ever have to go get my blood drawn, I'll live stream it.
Steph says she's a high candidate for developing diabetes later in life. That's why they think they test you for it, is if you have her dad is diabetic, so they tested her for. But they basically, if one of your parents is diabetic, you're a high risk of having
What's your
diabetes.
blood type, Shane?
None of your business.
No, I just okay. Is it positive or negative?
I'm a positive person.
No, you're not.
I'm not exactly unpositive. I mean, I mean, I'm like middle of the road.
Okay, I'll tell you mine. I'm O positive.
I don't
always
even
knew
know
my
my
blood was
blood type.
positive. Mine is like the most common blood type. I
If
looked it up.
if I was on a stretcher and they're like, "What's your blood type?" I'd be like, "Not AIDS." That's it. That's all I know. Not AIDS.
Well, they would give you a negative. Like my baby is O negative and I'm O positive. So yeah. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah. Look at this eye project, guys. Let's go. Like, how many eyes
Man.
are in this book?
100, man. 100.
Wow.
I know. I still need to get your eye. You need to send me yours, Yanzi's, and Terry's. Paint all of you.
Terry has a very unique kind of hybrid Asian
Yeah,
Caucasian
so send me
eye.
a photo of it.
No,
I won't tell
no.
anyone that's her eye. I'll change the name.
I don't know, man. I hide her name. Like somebody was actually sent me a clip of some assholes talking about my daughter, and I'm like, these are grown men, 40 years old, talking about my kid on the internet. I'm like,
Yeah, people do that.
Holy
That's why I don't
fuck.
put my kid on the internet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I quit putting her on the second she
Yeah, I
started
know. Like now
developing
that she's older.
now that she's, you know, has a, recognizable face. Baby faces are all just baby faces. But just the concept of that, I was like, what type of fucking demented homosexual is cooming in a sock that you have to be out here talking about people's kids? Like
Well,
you are
it's people that don't have anything to they can't argue your point, so they just try to attack you personally.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I've never really seen so many keyboard warriors. I mean, until I got on YouTube. It's different. Like, so working in comics for years, right? Like, we went through this whole thing where the internet happened in message boards, right? So everything would be criticized. Before YouTube, it'd just be a bunch of guys in a forum somewhere shit talking it, right?
Mhm.
And I think Kevin Smith even made fun of that in his Jay and Silent Bob movie or something, right? Like they go on a road trip to kick somebody's ass who wrote something on the internet. But now the YouTube era is weird because it seems people are freakier. So it's I don't know how to describe it, but it's different. Like it's different. Like people like I don't know. It's just take my word for it. It's different.
Well, I
can't
feel like
explain it.
before it's easier now for people to be psychos, whereas like before it's like you have to make an account, go on a message board, do all that. It's not as like I don't know, like I feel like now it's just so easy. Like Twitter, everybody sees it. YouTube, everybody sees it. It's like
Mhm.
I don't know. The message boards is like you kind of have to know about it, whereas like everything else, like everybody knows about Twitter, everybody knows about YouTube.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But dude, talking about your boy Kevin Smith, you wouldn't get it, but I guess I guess Silent Bob, not him, but his character Silent Bob and Jay are like gonna be skins in Call of Duty or something like that. And it's like I can't imagine Kevin Smith crying Kevin Smith like being a skin in Call of Duty,
Oh my
like
god.
running
When
around
that
shooting people. It's
when that
fucking
happens, somebody tag me so I can go and tag Kevin Smith and ask him like did he have to like model for the crying or something like that.
I
Something
wonder if
clever.
he's got like a cry code, like a cry,
Yeah.
like a finishing mood, like you type in, like it's like he's fucking crying.
Bro, I was like, so he bought one of my calendars and I was like, is this really him? And but like the address it obviously was. But I'm just like, did he open it and cry? Like I wanted to like tweet at him
no.
like to see if he was gonna have a reaction or something.
He didn't cry. You know what he did. You
I
know
don't
what he
want to
did.
no,
You know what he did.
listen, he probably cried or he's throwing darts at it.
He's throwing something at it. He's shooting something at it, but he
No.
ain't crying.
Mm-mm.
He looks like a guy that can't orgasm unless he cries.
Oh my god. I've never met a guy like that, thank goodness.
Yeah.
I did have one boyfriend that cried and I was like, I'm out of here. But it was for the stupidest reason too.
Yeah.
Well, sorry. I'm like, I haven't drank like since I got pregnant and been breastfeeding. So this is like the most I've drank, and it's like 2.5 Smirnoff Ices, and I am freaking plastered right now.
Mm. Wow, you're lightweight now.
I am. I have no tolerance. I was gonna take shots of Hendrix, and Peach was like, "You're gonna die if you do that." I was like, "I know." But it's
Dude,
gonna
I've
be
been
so
hungover all day after last night. So I've
Yeah.
been kind of like, eh.
Yeah, you were fucked up.
Yeah, I was.
It
But
was funny though, but hey, congratulations on it. Are you excited about that pinball machine?
dude.
How mad is Yanzi?
Well, she ain't happy. I'll put it that way. Plus, I finally saw it kind of comes in like a refrigerator box, and you kind of have to. It folds out. You have to put the legs on it and stuff. So it's not as difficult as you would think to put together, but there's some putting together when it comes. So I could get it by like mid-April. Like, I just got to
April. It
order.
is April. It is
No,
mid-April.
mid-April.
It is mid-April.
Well, whatever.
Like
I
next
gotta.
week, basically.
Yeah, so I'll probably place the order maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I'm not really in the biggest rush to dump $10,000 down.
Why don't you
but,
wait until after your campaign is fulfilled? That way you won't have it taking up space.
so
You
what do
don't have to
mean?
buy it right now. Like, so wait until after, like, that'll be your reward. Once the campaign is completely done and fulfilled, then you can buy the pinball machine. That way you don't have to worry about space.
Yeah, but then I'll miss out on all the faggots saying I blew backers' money on the pinball machine, and that's almost the point of it. Is look, this guy's spending the backers' money on the pinball machine. He's not about the comics. I need that. I need that. And if I do it then it's very obvious. I want people to think I just like this was the biggest scam. This was like the biggest, like, I don't know. Because then we'll be talking about it forever. And I
That's
don't really
true.
do the fulfillment down here. So I don't know. I mean, the other part of the problem is I run the risk of these things selling out. Because and then like the Stern pinball machines are kind of like limited edition. They it's a pinball company, and they'll do like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, a Stranger Things pinball machine, different intellectual IPs that are like popular, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, stuff like that. So I don't know how many of the one I want are left on the market because it's already like a 2-year-old pinball machine. So, like, they issued a black and white version of it, which I don't want. Like, it
No,
looks
get the
retro.
color, the black and
Yeah,
white.
yeah, yeah. So that's my fear is if I put it off too long, then I'll just be stuck buying the one I don't want, really. Like, it's the same machine. It's just it's only got red on it. That's the only color. It's like black and red. So
Got it. Let me read some of these super chats. We got Virtulia. Thank you for the 5 British pounds. Centralization of social media means centralization of spammers and trolls. It is the inshitification writ large. I get what you're saying.
I have no idea what you're saying.
He's basically saying that all the trolls and all the losers, like people that'll go after your daughter, it's just like because social media is like a big part of everyone's lives now where it wasn't before, you're going to get more trolls and spammers. I get what you're saying. And then
No, I get that, but to that point, like, there's still like, it's like, bro, you gotta like, I don't know, man. People saying faggot ass shit that you wouldn't say to a person or in public. It's just like,
Shane, I know. I remember. Listen, back before you were here, when they went after me because literally a cover that I was like, I'm doing this for my sister. It's the stuff that she likes. And they went fucking crazy and did the most horrid shit you could possibly imagine. And it's like, this isn't even human, but they just want attention. So,
and before people make it out to be something that's not, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm okay with it, but it's not something that's bothering me. It's just something I'm observing. Like, it's a weird human behavior. And it's like, because I've had to see what people say about me on the internet for like ever since the internet and comics. Like, I'm used to looking at this over the years, and there is a weird moment we're in right now that people don't really fully understand. Like, it's not even bullying. I don't know what I would call
no,
it.
I mean, I totally get it. Like when I try to explain to my family, like the stuff on the internet, and I'm just like, it sounds like I'm a crazy person, but like they can't even grasp it because they're not part of it yet. Or
Yeah.
they're saying tariffs will increase the cost of the pinball soon. Yeah, that's true.
No, these are made in America.
Oh,
Like
cool.
the company that makes them, they're made in like I want to say like Milwaukee or something.
Oh, cool. See, I don't really care for pinball, but they came out with
Yeah.
a really cool Labyrinth one, and I'm like, if I were to ever own one, I'd own that one. Cesario Japan, thank you for remember for 62 months. Holy shit. Snow White not getting this super chat. Thank you. Yeah, you listen, I'm a huge Disney princess fan. I love Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I actually have in my daughter's room, like literally Snow White and all of the Seven Dwarfs, like all the plushies. I have all the little foofies. And I haven't really done any videos on that because I'm like, it just makes me depressed and I want to be happy. Like, I can't stand what they're doing. But thank you for the member chat. Runs with Phantoms, thank you for the 2 first. You were the first super chat of the night because that other one was a members chat. Thank you. Norwegian Kryptonian, thank you for the 59 Norwegian stuff. Basically, stuff like that. Oh, well, thank you.
I'm
And-
kind of curious about like I last live action I saw was like The Lion King, which I was just kind of like, what's the point of this? It's like the same fucking movie. I'm kind of curious
see,
about
I'm
Lilo
bothered
and
by
Stitch.
that because when I was a kid, 101 Dalmatians, they did a live action and it was really good.
Yeah, well, she was playing it for Terry the other day.
Yeah, I
so
know.
I didn't even realize it existed until the other day. But I'm kind of curious about the Lilo and Stitch one. Like that's actually
That
got
one's
my
gonna do
attention.
good.
Yeah. You know, here's a weird thing about Lilo and Stitch. So when I lived overseas, right? Like in Asia, like it doesn't even matter. Yeah, Thailand, Singapore, Japan, whatever. Stitch is like a huge merchandisable thing. Like
is.
every chick has a Stitch like cell phone cover, you know, you can't purse, whatever. Like more so than in America for some reason. But there's also like this Japanese blue robot cat that they like too. So
Yeah. Oh my god, what is
yeah,
its name? It's
yeah,
Duffy's cat, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm kind of, I mean, I don't know if Stitch will ever be that merchandisable here, but this movie's gonna put it to the test. I don't know. Like, I think this movie's gonna be pretty good. They got the guy, the Bubbles voice actor, to actually play him. The guy that was in
Oh
Pulp
yeah,
Fiction.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let
Everything
me
I'm
see.
seeing about it, I'm into it.
Thank you for being over for 2 months. Will books be up on eBay? Shipping is killing. Listen, I'm pretty sure my shipping price is cheaper than it will be on eBay because I went and I like put in different addresses like in different countries, and I'm actually gonna lose out on money for shipping because I made it cheaper than what it was. So I will put extras up on eBay because I'm obviously gonna order extras, but I'm just telling you now, man, it's expensive to ship, and right now, it's like I'm not even including all the tariff stuff that we're gonna be getting soon. So, yeah, I know. Listen, I would love to send it to you, like be Amazon Prime, just free shipping, but y'all countries suck, especially you Canadians. No offense to you Canadians, but your country is fucking whack when it comes to your guys' shipping ordeals. I got screwed over and shipping to Canada last time. Australia's awful. New Zealand is horrendous. UK is actually not bad. Switzerland and Germany, that I put it in the way that your guys' country wants, and it's still, I get stuff returned to me, but it's insane. So I apologize, but take in mind, like, I think I put in just to ship one of these books to Canada. I even had like a sample box and a sample mailer and put it in. I think to Ontario, it's like $25 just to ship like one book, and I think I have shipping for 20. So I am losing out on shipping. But I apologize for that. It's the reality of it. Are you going to draw noses next? Probably not. If anything, I think some people wanted me to do animal eyes. But no, actually, I just have this big old canvas.
You know
all
what you could do? You
What?
could do a series of paintings of buttholes.
No.
And, you know, a lot of people would buy that.
No, actually, I don't know if you know this about me, Shane. I have like a shit ton of plush pinned to my ceiling, and I got them because I always like stuffed animals, but I had this concept because I love stuffed animals and I love Toy Story, and I was like, what if the toys are actually alive? And like I wanted to do a series of paintings like of stuffed animals where it's like you just walked in, because in Toy Story they just have to like freeze when a human
Yeah.
walks in, and so I was like, what if each one of these paintings is just like all the stuffed animals freezing and you caught them in the middle of like doing something.
Yeah, like you had all the stuffed animals, but they're all circling like a Barbie doll, like face down on a black leather couch, and you're like,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
did
yeah.
I walk in on?
Exactly.
Yeah, or they're burying a body or sawing the legs off,
Mhm.
anything like, yeah. That's a good idea.
I used to have this painting. I don't know where I put it. Oh, here. I'll show you the sample. Now taking mine. This is not done. Ugh. I'll make mine.
Look, you got Steph in the chat. She's like, yes, beeholes or peen heads.
This one is, I guess so this is one that I did. I guess I got water or something on it.
Steph, you're a sicko.
That's an old one. What's this one behind it? Oh, this is an unfinished one. Let's see.
You could call the peen head book just the tip.
Oh, yeah, just the tip. Yeah, because I'm totally going to do that.
Those are great. I've seen those before. Those are,
Yeah.
how long have they been around?
I don't know, like 8 years, man.
Nah, man.
I know. Well, I need to do them bigger. That's because they drive me crazy because I'm like, I don't really like them. And I'm like, it's because I can't get the amount of detail. So I have, I did an Alice in Wonderland one, and that one's the same size as those. I'm like, this is too small. So I have another canvas that I have over there prepped. I'm going to
So
redo that.
you're familiar with Geiger's paintings, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
his books in Italian.
Yeah, those fucking things were like huge. I never knew that when I was really into his artwork. It wasn't until later on I realized he was painting so big.
Did you know he had like a theme park at his house? Like he built his own roller coaster.
Yeah, there's like a Netflix documentary up about him, or it used to be. I don't know if it's still there. But you can see how fucking weird and claustrophobic and full of books his house was. And
Oh, I know. Like, and he mysteriously died from like falling down the stairs.
yeah, his fucking wife probably pushed him down a fucking flight of stairs.
100% did.
Yeah, nobody cares though. Nobody's out here trying to solve that mystery.
Verta Dondu, thank you for the £5. Oh wait, I already read that one. Inu, thank you for member for 10 months. Woolly's books. Oh yeah, I read that one. Necro Nexus Foxfire, thank you for the 5 Australian. I think the blue cat may be Dormon.
Yeah,
character.
Doraemon, and it's a weird character because he's actually a robot, and it's like he's a robot that's sent to the future from the kid's son.
Hope
So
Anna and
he's the
Shane doing well.
grandfather.
Congratulations, Shane too. Hail Comicsgate. Hail Anna and Shane. Oh well, thank you.
So he's like a robot cat from the future, from I guess his great grandson in the future that sends back to help his dad. It's kind of like something. Is that some Terminator shit?
It sounds like it.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Go back my book, please, and thank you. I need $5,000 to make it happen. We're already got 1,000, so we're 1/5 of the way there. Thank you so much, everyone that's come out and supported it. I know it's weird, but I think it's weird enough to be unique, and it's something that you guys need on your little coffee table. I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much. 20% so far. Yeah, well, 1/5 sounds better, doesn't it? I think
Yeah,
so.
1/5. Yeah.
I don't know. And a drunk. I know I am kind of getting sober, so I'm going to keep on drinking. Well, I guess I feel like I'm getting sober, but my slurring does not agree with me. But yeah, Giger's work was awesome. I wish he would have been alive for longer if his wife wouldn't have murdered him. But I feel like that was the only way for him to go.
Yeah. Yeah. He drew, I liked him a lot. And then I started to notice he drew pussies and everything. And then I'm like,
Yeah. Wait, how did it take you long to notice that? Like everything.
Well, I mean, I
Pull
liked
up his
it. It
artwork.
wasn't like I could really come across like an art book of his until my friend brought me one. And like, this has been like 1999. He had like this really,
Look at these are all like dicks, man. Like, look, this is a freaking
yeah.
dick. This is a dick. These are like buttholes.
Yeah.
What is that?
You have to understand, I grew up before the internet, so it's
Yeah,
like
true.
you couldn't just find this. You had to get like a giant book of his stuff or
This does
calendar.
look like a guy that would be drawing a bunch of like pussies and assholes and everything.
Yeah.
Where's the
Yeah.
one where it's like literally just naked people? That one. Like this, the alien, the xenomorph, it's like a giant dick head.
I mean, I didn't ever see that before, but I can't unsee it now.
How did you never see that before? Like, look, all of this. The alien's like mouth. It's like a pussy.
Yeah.
Like everything about this. I'm like, this guy. Could you imagine, like, what this guy's sex life must have been like? Like he was either a complete incel or he was like the most wacko in bed. Like he looks like he's a wacko.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
rocked hard.
Look at that xenomorph sculpture. That's pretty crazy.
Look at all charcoal. Like that's an eraser right there. Charcoal, or is that a white charcoal? Like charcoal and eraser, man. This guy's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Well, here I'll show you. I did a drawing that I was like trying to do it in his style. Let me grab it.
Mm.
Really old. This is over like a decade, so it's
me
on
see it.
newsprint. But I tried doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is kind of crazy good, actually. What's that
Thanks.
giant eye thing? Is that like half a mask, a kabuki?
No, I was trying. One of my friends was over. We were drinking wine, and I know how to. I'm like, I can draw a perfect circle, and they're like bullshit. So I drew a circle, then I drew something around, then I drew a nose, or I don't know how it went, but I was just drawing shapes and stuff. But yeah, this.
That's pretty cool. That's badass.
Thanks.
I'm gonna scan them in, but I came across like a bunch of old artwork of mine the other day. I found like a comic. My first comic job I drew when I was like, I want to say 13 years old or some shit like that. So not 13. It would have been probably like 16 or something. So I'm gonna scan those in and put up for everybody to see and make fun of, because I'm a bully.
I want to see what you did before you like, because were you drawing? Obvious, probably not. But like, were you at the same level before you went to Kubrick school?
No. But oddly enough, the things I was good at, like, which was like camera framing and stuff, I still do today. But it was weird. I had a handle on that way before I had a handle on drawing, like framing shots and stuff with foreground elements and stuff and storytelling. Like I was actually surprised looking at it. I mean, I was like, wow, this is like some clever shots for some 16-year-old kid. Like I hope he learns to draw one day, because like he would be a good comic artist. It's like that. Like I'll scan them and put them up. You'll see them when I put them up. I went through them the other day. I was actually shocked. What the things I'm good at that age and the things I'm not.
I was awful, but I thought everybody thought I was good, and I'm like, I hate all of this.
So an old comic book editor said when I was submitting stuff to DC, and I was still in school, he was like, well, you have the storytelling gene. He's like, you just suck at this, this, and this. And later in life, I would hear people say that. They would just refer to it as the storytelling gene. And when I was at the Kubert School and I was working with Joe Kubert, the more time I would think about layouts, the worse they would be. So if I would just like lay pages out super quick, my layouts would be better. And we were given like a week for layouts. And I remember Joe just saying like, yeah, you lay out things better when you do it quick and you don't think about it than second guessing yourself. And it was just like so I would try to use that week and get a jump by getting him to approve my layouts early, so then I could use that week to spend drawing the actual pages rather than just sitting around killing time waiting for layouts to be approved.
See, I like just drawing layouts versus actually going in and rendering them. Like I have to really like something to make me want to, and then it's like, I know you like drawing. I hate drawing. I'm like, I want to paint. I want to immediately like just skip the drawing phase and go to color.
Yeah. But I like drawing, but I like doing other stuff too. It's like, I don't know. I was thinking about the other day. I love drawing, but I don't know if I could ever go back to drawing like how I used to, like on the type of deadline where it's like I could knock out like 6 pages a week or something like that. Like I don't know, especially with a kid. It's like how much of my time gets consumed just doing like parent stuff.
Dude, I know. Like nonstop.
Mm.
Like even like so when Peaches, because he works half from home, half from like in the office.
Mhm.
And like on the days that he's home, I'm like, oh great, I can get some work done. But then it's like, no, because he's still here, like working. It turns out I actually get more done when he's not here versus when he is here because like her nap schedule is on. I know I'm like, okay, she's gonna be asleep for like 2.5 hours in this little window. But when he's here, she's hearing him and she's like, I want daddy. So she's like fussy because she wants to see him. And
Mhm.
so I'm like trying to get in the swing of things, but at least you got Yanzi to help
Yeah,
you.
yeah, sure. But you know, the older the kid gets, like
Does it get harder?
no, well, depends. Like, you know, she runs up to me looking for you know, like attention, you
Mm.
know, and play, you know, so you know, like rough housing, I wouldn't call it that, but you know, she wants to piggyback rides and all of that stuff. You know, she's coming
Oh,
to me for, not Yanzi. So
is she a daddy's girl or a mommy's girl?
Uh, according to Yanzi, she's a daddy's girl. Like I
Yeah.
don't. But to me, like she seems to. Maybe she does try to get like you know toys and candy from me a lot more than her.
Well, will you say yes more often?
I mean I can't help but spoiler her. You know,
Yeah.
like especially when like she's really into Thomas. Like they
The
have a new
train?
yeah, they have like a new cartoon now that's more fun and animated, like they're hopping tracks and stuff. So she's really into the new Thomas cartoon, but she was into the previous ones. She just likes Thomas, but now the new one's a little bit more addictive for younger kids. Like it's more Looney Tunes type style, the way they interact and jump around, and like they'll go in like loops and shit, like a roller coaster. Like the creator of Thomas actually hated this last cartoon because it breaks a lot of train physics. Like
Oh.
that they operate more like roller coasters than actual trains.
Well,
So
didn't like this happen also with like DuckTales? Because I tried a baby loves DuckTales, and I was like, okay, we finished watching original DuckTales, and I was like, okay, let's watch the new DuckTales. And I'm like, absolutely not. They all look different. The voice acting is awful. None of
yeah.
them like I it's like this is awful. But then this is years ago. I was saying something about it because I watched one episode back when it came out. And then one of the guys I was on a stream with, he's from like Norway, and he was just like, "Oh, everybody likes Rosa, and like this is good, and you're basing your analysis on one episode." I'm like, "Yeah, because the episode was fucking awful." And he's like, "Well, this is actually truer to the original DuckTales." I was like, "I highly doubt it. You're trying to tell me that this dude is popular in Europe versus America. Like, I believe it, but not based on this show."
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I bought like a Scrooge McDuck book the other day because I used to read those when I was a kid. So it's like I'm
Mhm.
just gonna get her a book for her. I was surprised by two things. One, how she's not interested in it, and two, how like good the comic artwork is from that guy. Like
Yeah,
I was
like
just
Don
like,
Rosa or something is his.
yeah. I was like, just like that dude was a phenomenal cartoonist.
Mhm. Sexy Texy, thank you for the 2. Gonna read Fantastic Four versus Godzilla, Ramita Jr. on it.
Yeah.
My best
Uh
friend.
I saw, I don't know if you saw that the actor that is playing Human Torch said that it was important for them to make their new Human Torch not womanizing
Mm,
because
that's
that's
stupid.
hurtful to women's feelings. Like this Human Torch would appreciate women's feelings more. And I
Oh
was
my
like,
god, he's
"Oh
so
my
gay.
god." Yeah, no, he sounded super gay. And of course, they were taking a shot at Chris Evans, more Devil May Cry type, flamboyant, or not flamboyant, but you know, like womanizing character. And I was like,
That's who
bro,
he is.
I know. That's why I'm like, here comes the warning signs. You know, like I'm bracing for impact now. I bet you he's gonna be gay. And they just don't want to tell us that.
Probably. If he's like,
I think he's
I
going to
care
be
about
gay.
women's feelings and he's a male feminist, he's probably secretly.
I think he is. Yeah, that's where I'm going with this. I'm like, why? Like, well, why? I mean, why? How is if he's an idol and everybody and all these women is like, yeah, it's a Human Torch. He's gonna be like, I care about you and you and you and your feelings matter. It's like that's not gonna happen. He's a rock star. He's gonna not care about half these women's feelings. You know, what's he gonna do? Cry? Oh, they only love me because they catch on fire. If only a woman really saw me for me.
So
Like,
stupid.
that doesn't
man.
even make any sense. Or he's gay. There's only two fucking ways, and both are bad outcomes. It's like
It
that's the
sounds
whole.
pretty gay.
Yeah, I mean the character's supposed to be built that women want him. He's almost got the perfect superpower, and that he's a hothead kid, and Ben Grimm wants to beat his brakes off because he's a monster, and here's a guy showboating in front of him all the time. Like it's like they're gonna fuck with it. I don't know, man. I like that trailer a lot to hear this. It's like, ah, man, you guys fooled me. You
Wait,
fooled
the
me.
trailer. I thought this was the comic they were talking about.
No, the actor from the
Oh, the
movie.
movie?
Yeah, he's saying Johnny Storm's gonna care about females' feelings. I'll pull it up.
Oh yay. Oh yay. Guys, going back my book, this is the Eye Project. This is an art book of all of the eyes that I spent years and years painting. And guess what? All of these eyes are from volunteers from the audience like you guys. This eye right here is Graham Nolan. This is AR Surge. This is Patrick T. I know he's kind of controversial, but he's in this book. Cecil is in this book. Spike and Madness is in this book. Piper is in this book. Got lots and lots. 7 of 9 is in this book. Lots and lots and lots of volunteers. You guys are all awesome. Going back to this book.
I miss Patrick T.
He still comes around my show. He just doesn't like
Man.
you or Shane or you or John.
I didn't do anything to him. I didn't do anything to Patrick T.
Mm.
I don't know what's wrong with Patrick T. You know, he's.
Also, guys, there's over 300 people watching and only 195 likes. Please smash that like button, please, and thank you.
But I hope he burns in hell.
Oh my God, be nice.
Here he goes.
Joseph Quinn, even that's a gay name, addresses how his portrayal of Human Torch will differ from Chris Evans' vision. He was branched as a womanizing devil may care guy, but is that sexy these days? I don't think so. Oh my God, I gotta read it like this. He was branded as a womanizing devil may care guy, but is that sexy these days? I don't think so. This version of Johnny is less callous with other people's feelings. That's how he's talking. I guarantee you. That is the gayest fucking shit. I need to find this tweet. I'm gonna retweet. This is so gay.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I
looks
mean,
gay.
like he's supposed to be the one character that is happy with his powers, right?
Mhm.
That's his point, and he's taking it to the edge. Like he's, women love him. Well, yeah, open your legs up for the Human Torch. I mean, that's Johnny Storm. I'm not saying he's womanizing, but he is a hothead. That's the whole thing.
Well, these people just don't understand these characters because they don't know anything about it. Honestly, if
But
they should
tell me,
really just have all of these people just like you're not allowed to talk anymore. You're not allowed to go on the press.
it's like, and why would you say this? Because you're gonna get like, oh yeah, a bunch of women are like, yeah, I wish more guys were sensitive like the Human Torch.
It's
They're
so
like,
gay. Well, Shane, did you ever watch that movie Bedazzled with Brendan Fraser?
yeah, I
Where he
did
like gives
actually.
the
Yeah.
wish to the devil, and she's like, "Oh, I wish like a guy was more sensitive," and he's sitting there like crying at the sunset, and she ditches
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
It's like
women. Yeah.
no women want that.
I mean, what was this guy gonna like go out to buy tampons for his fucking girlfriend? Nobody wants that. I don't want that in a
Mm-mm.
superhero. I don't need that in Johnny Storm. I mean, he's Johnny Storm. He's gonna go flame on, and then he's gonna go to CVS and be like, I need an economy pack of
Tampons.
as nobody wants that, bro. Bra. But it defeats the purpose of the character in a way if they do this. Like it doesn't fit the team dynamic of the human torch, the thing, Reed's supposed to be guilt ridden, with what happened to Thing. I mean, they all have like a function, and if you fuck one of them up, it fucks them all up. You can't just mess with the foundation of the team like that, of the core of the team. I don't know. I've really liked certain runs of Fantastic Four. Like I got to work on them at least once at Marvel, and they're fun. They're fun to draw. They're fun characters, but they're not my favorite. But like they only work a certain way. Like the book only works with a certain dynamic, and that's, they're kind of trapped in that dynamic. Like you always have to bring it right back to the core of what makes this work, and that's, Sue keeps them together. Things, a monster. Reed's guilt ridden, and Johnny Storm is the asshole who's just having fun. That's what works for me, anyways. I don't know.
I have like the John Byrne omnibus of them, and you stopped sharing your screen.
Yeah.
Well, see, I was a kid, like I was really young when the Chris Evans one came out, and I liked it. Like I thought it was fun, and then the second one not so much. But I don't know, people hate on it, and I'm like, all that stuff that like I got when I was a kid is like light years better than the shit that's coming out now. Like I'm so glad that I grew up when shit wasn't woke. I feel bad for kids today.
It was something I was watching the other day. I can't remember what it was. And I was surprised at how the computer graphics look better back then than stuff today. I was talking about it too, but now I can't remember what it was.
Shit today fucking sucks.
Well, you know how like they always show that the octopus guy from Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes,
Like,
Davy Jones.
yeah, and how long ago that was versus shit today. It's like I don't know. I feel like they've been giving us worse and worse computer graphics because like they're overworked or something. I don't know what it is.
No, it's so stupid. It's like there's guys that are doing the work on their fucking computers in their spare time than Disney is. Like, remember when they had the Luke Skywalker CGI and those guys like did it better, like the YouTubers? It's just they have no motivation. It's people that are there on salary. It doesn't matter, how much care and effort. That's the thing. People don't care anymore, and they're not hiring the best. They're hiring the DEI hires. So it sucks.
Well, it really sucks for the superhero stuff because it's all like maybe it was Blade with vampires exploding and shit. I don't know. There was something I was watching. I was like, there's just no way they would do this today. Like this can't be done today. Like this is lost in time. I don't know. The Marvel graphics to me are just bad. Like I've been noticing they look bad for a long time. I don't know.
One movie that.
Oh, that's what it was. It was the Edward Norton Hulk movie. And I was like looking at it and I was like, why does Hulk look a million times better in this versus what we've been seeing for years?
Well, first it's Edward Norton, not what's his face.
Yeah. It's like, but the actual Hulk, it was like the anatomy, the musculature. He even looked intimidating and scary. And it's like, somehow they fucked all that up. Like, I was like, the fight scenes were super violent and like it was it wasn't even that, it was just the graphics. The tissue of the Hulk looked more believable. There were the reflective light on the muscles and everything, the anatomy, everything just worked better. And I'm like, this is like one of the very first Marvel movies. I think their second one, because Iron Man was first, then Hulk, and like they're so far off that measure, off that point. And they did it by design. Like I know they did. They were like, maybe that was too hard and now we need to soften it up. And everything is if Hulk is at 8 graphics wise, then I mean that's your barometer for everything. Everything's kind of stuck at that same shit graphics. I don't know. Like the physics in these movies look bad. Like I was looking at the Thunderbolts trailer, and me and John were pulling it apart, and that you can totally tell the backgrounds are. They're not even standing in locations anymore. They're just standing in green screen and like, oh, we're in a warehouse. Well, green screen that shit, and it's not even an impressive warehouse. It like looks like a fucking storage container down the street, and they're green screening it. Like it's like, are they that fucking lazy that they can't go find locations anymore?
Well, yes, they are, and also it's too expensive to have everyone drive out to a location versus everyone go to like their studio. But one of the things that like bothered me just about like Rey in Star Wars, I'm like, this chick is a scavenger, and she has like perfectly manicured nails. She doesn't have like
Yeah.
a scrape of dirt on her outfit or on her skin. Like she's too clean. Like I know it's a terrible movie, but that Cyborg movie, like everyone in that movie was filthy. They're like roll around in the dirt first before we start filming. Like that's what Rey should have looked like.
Yeah, and that's what like Aliens. Let me think. Well, obviously Star Wars, Indiana Jones, but there was a thing back in the day where directors and costume directors, whatever designers, that they made sure that you could feel the environment they were in, right? So if it's a humid, you'd see the actors with kind of like they look kind of like sweaty a little
Sweaty.
bit. Yeah, and somehow now that's all gone. Like I never really see a new movie and feel like I'm in the environment they're supposed to be in. Like I never feel like they're like if they're in a humid environment, they don't look moist or wet at all. They don't look like they look I don't know, they don't fit in. Like and I don't know. I know that seems like a weird nitpicky thing, but it just seems less real, less believable. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it 100%. Like movies in the 80s were
Yeah.
better than movies now. That's why they're going back and remaking everything because they don't have an original idea, and they just honestly, I don't even know how to make shit. Like even what's his face in Star Wars? Admiral Akbar, like how they had like the puppet back then, and then they have like, oh, he is in a sweater from J.C. Penney standing on some CGI dock. It's like, really, bro? Really?
Yeah, it's I don't know. Environment, like the last time I saw it and then and I'm not even 100% sure I bought it, but I will say Mad Max Fury Road, I felt like I felt like they were in the desert, right? But it didn't
Yeah.
exactly seem like they were hot. It just seemed like everything's dusty,
That was the same thing with Furiosa too, because like she does get dirty and there's dust everywhere, but I think that's only because they were actually using like dirt.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen Furiosa yet. Like I don't know if I
It
want to see it.
wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but I didn't really like it. Like I never need to watch it again.
Yeah.
Norwegian Kryptonian, thank you for the super chat. That's actually issue I have with Disney Star Wars. It's too clean. Everything is exactly. It's not Star Trek.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be lived in. Like that's the whole thing with Star Wars. Like when you walk on Han Solo's ship, like that the first thing they're like, this is a pile of junk. This thing's like crap, right? And like it looks like it too.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know. It's like one of those things I've been going back and watching. I know like some people have an issue with Alien Romulus, but
I haven't seen it yet.
well, you said there was this one scene you hated with the acid and zero gravity.
I didn't say that.
You did. You said
No.
people were making fun of it. Well, anyways, go watch the movie. So that movie, like they mess around with more sets, like rather than green screen. So like you wouldn't notice it well, watching it you'll feel it, but it's like there's natural lighting hitting the actors because they're actually in a hallway with reflective light bouncing around and stuff like that, not green screen, and it makes so much of a difference. Just the vibe, some of the set designs and stuff. I was actually really happy with that movie up until they did the AI face with this when they brought like that Ash guy back. from the first Alien movie.
Well, I feel like even actors give a better performance when it's real versus when it's just all
Yeah.
CGI.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, the alien itself, they were dealing with robotics more with with some CGI. And the actual xenomorphs look pretty good. The face huggers look good. They had like little remote control face huggers running around on the floor and stuff. Like they didn't rely 100% on CG graphics, but this one character that the actor died, they went all CG on, which was disappointing.
Yeah, I heard about that. And then it's like not even him, it's just another like
They could have,
version.
yeah, it's just another robot. So why did you even do that? But they did go back from the theater release and try to touch it up as much as they could. So they did enhance the graphics. If you watch it on Blu-ray or if you watch it streaming, the version you see is not the version of him that we saw in theaters. So they at least tried to make it look better, but it's still the one scar on that film, I think.
Well, weren't people complaining about like the xenomorph baby creature thing? Like it had like a baby face instead of a xenomorph head?
No.
No?
The xenomorphs in it, there is a baby thing, but it's more of an engineer thing.
Oh, okay.
Those are two different things. It ties together like basically aliens and it ties together some of the black ooze stuff from Prometheus.
Well, I thought it was that the alien that Ellen Ripley shot into space in the first movie landed on like what the asteroid, and that's what it is.
No,
No?
no. In the intro of the movie, they basically go to Ripley's ship, right?
Mhm.
And they grab they basically pull in this what looks like a meteorite and they cut it in half. And the xenomorph, it wasn't a meteorite, it was a xenomorph he cocooned. And then later you find out like Big Chap, whatever, the original xenomorph breaks loose on this ship and dies. But then that's the whole movie is like, what were they doing to him? So yeah, it not trying to spoil it, but it does pull in like a lot of other movies. I liked it. John liked it, but everybody seems to have this issue with the zero gravity scene, which I actually don't like. I don't really have an issue with it, but everybody seems to.
What happens? Just like the acid just floats around?
Yeah, and then they're like trying to kind of swim through zero gravity and not get hit by it, and
Oh.
and some people think it's a little gay.
The story was dumb. Eh.
I don't hate the story, but the story doesn't have the same gravity as say like Alien or Aliens. But the problem is none of these will until it centers around Ripley and not in a bad way. Like I don't like Alien 3 at all. Like I didn't even like it as a kid, but
And everybody says to skip it.
yeah, it's not great. But I mean, the problem is them getting away from Ripley's character and like there was some concept artwork where they were talking about using the guy that played Hicks and
Kyle Reese?
Weaver, yeah, and trying to bring them back to do like an older version, like if 3 didn't happen.
Mm.
And they've aged up and like Hicks' face would be all like scarred up and stuff. You can go look that up. I mean, the artwork's out there. And there was a
Well,
concept
he
for an
was
Alien
in
movie.
was it Ahsoka or Mando? He was in Star Wars recently, so he's still acting.
Yeah, he's done a few movies and stuff. He's kind of
Well,
old.
so is she.
Yeah, but I think she held together a little bit better than him. Like he's kind of looking just like a crotchety old man now.
Well, she's got more money to hold herself together than he did.
Yeah. But that movie never happened. They went and did like basically Prometheus, and then a couple
Hold
other.
on real fast. Lord Finatra, no, you can still email me a photo of your eye. Well, my plan was because like I was gonna put all 200 of these eyes into one book, but then people were like, "Oh, the printing will be weird, so just do it in two." And then I was like, "Well, I've already passed 200. I'm at like 230 eyes that I painted now, so I might as well just go all the way to 300." So if you want to, you can email me a photo of your eye or ask me for the instructions, and I'll show you what the criteria is. But yes, I am still taking eye submissions. Thank you.
What if somebody's missing their eye and they just have like a gaping meat hole? Like, would you paint that?
That'd be cool, but you can. I'm assuming they still have the other eye left.
No. All right.
But yeah, guys, go back this book, please, and thank you. Help me make it happen. And yeah, I appreciate it. I like the assembly cut of Alien 3. Never watched it. Let's see. Yeah, literally, Red Letter Media always defends Alien 3. I am like the only person I feel like that doesn't really care for Red Letter Media. They lost me when they melted all of the Star Wars action figures that I wanted as a kid and could never get, and that like broke my soul. Alien 3, from a story perspective, it literally does Alien in 4 minutes. It really does. It's like the whole entire plot of Aliens was a mother taking care of a child. And what do they do in the first like couple minutes? Spoiler alert, they all die. It's fucking retarded.
Thought you said you didn't see Alien 3.
No, I haven't seen Alien Romulus.
Oh, yeah. Alien 3, like, it really kills aliens. Like, everything. You feel defeated in the first few minutes. Like, it's like all of that was for nothing.
Yeah.
So that was the concept is Newt. It would have been Hicks. Obviously, Ripley and Newt were still alive somehow. In the future, like all the actors, well, not Newt probably, but you know, the other two, like it'd just be however old they are today is where they would be at, you know. They didn't really reveal much more than that. They had some backgrounds and some military or sci-fi police they showed, and that was pretty much it. No idea what they would have
They're
done
in the
with it.
same universe as Blade Runner.
What about Blade Runner?
That Aliens and Blade Runner are the same universe.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is. Look, the replicants, they literally have one on every ship. And they have the white blood, just like the replicants do in Blade Runner. Everything. It's the same. It's the same universe.
Hmm.
You never looked into it?
No.
You
That's
should.
because like people said like I've never heard that oddly enough, but then people say like the fucking Soldier movie with Kurt Russell is Blade Runner.
Kurt
Like
Russell?
same, yeah, there's a Kurt Russell movie called Soldier, and they're basically like clone military soldiers in space, and they're saying they're the same. It's the same world or whatever. I don't even know if this shit's people are making shit up. Like I don't know if that's real.
I don't think I've seen this.
It's not a great movie. You could Google it though, but it's
I
like
am Googling.
yeah.
Who directed it? Oh, Paul Anderson? Oh,
Yeah.
he did the Escape. Oh, he did Universal Soldier and Postman, Escape from LA, and Sphere. Okay.
Saying it's real, Shane. Is that true though? Like, so yeah, they're supposed to be in it is a great movie. It's fun. Fuck you, Shane. That film is awesome. People are attacking me about Soldier.
Listen, people told me Cyborg was good too, and I watched that movie. It is not good.
Blade Runner 2 is not good. Blade Runner 2049.
I hated that movie. I don't even think I finished it. I was like, this is
All right.
fucking terrible.
So I like Ryan Gosling when he plays a badass. So
Who's not badass in that movie?
What do you mean he wasn't a badass?
He wasn't. He was just a simp for some like holographic chick. He doesn't do shit in that movie.
There's a badass fight scene with him a couple of times. Like, come on, man. You guys are really just rough on these guys.
No, I tuned out of that movie so quickly.
Did you ever watch Drive?
No, I have no desire to either.
Okay, well, he's pretty badass in that. But because of that, if you almost get in the same ballpark with him, I'm like on board with him. Like if you give me like him doing some one badass punch and he's like being quiet, like I'm already there's like a crossover. My brain goes, "Oh, it's that character again," and I'm usually on board. Even though it's not the same character. He was also in another movie I like called Only God Forgives.
I was about to say The Notebook.
No, not The Notebook. Only God Forgives. Which
Never
is
heard of it.
He's in Thailand and it's hard to explain, but it's an ultra violent film.
Oh.
So it's got a lot of violence in it, pretty fucked up.
Was he in like Blue Valentine or something? That movie was awful too.
There's a really good movie he's in, Through the Pines or something like that, where he's like a motorcycle guy. Bradley Cooper's in it. He's like robbing banks on a motorcycle. That's pretty badass. It's actually a really good film.
That does sound like a good plot, but
yeah, he's like a stunt cyclist in the circus. So they're like, dude, you got driving skills. Go, let's rob a bank. And yeah, he knocks this chick up or something. No, I'm serious. He knocks this chick up and then he.
I feel like you talked about this once and I watched the trailer.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I really have to pee. Can you hold the fort down for a second while I go run to the restroom?
Sure, I'll keep the Native Americans away. Yeah, guys, go back this eye project. What's stopping you? Shane, what's your address so Cecil and I can send you baby gifts? Ralph Mack, my P.O. box. I'm not giving Cecil my address. Cecil's like one. This is the reason. Nothing against Cecil, but guys, you don't give a guy in your life that Cecil, like that guy, you don't give him your address if you don't have to, because that guy, and we've all had friends that are that guy, but that guy is like pissing one girl off away from ending up on your couch constantly, forever. Could be now, could be 10 years from now. That's a high risk friend right there that will sleep on your couch. Trevor Bruce, you know what I'm talking about. Shane gets Chris William on Ballers. No. That's all right. That's all right. That's John's friend. I like Chris. Like him at a distance. No, I like Chris. I'd have him on when his book's up. I'd have him on Pimp My Comic. Ballers, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, when Chris was talking about them leveling buildings that happen to be the type of place that he maybe has worked at before, I kind of like wondered about that.
What?
I wondered. Yeah, nobody noticed that. He was talking about this supervillain in his book had leveled a 1-story building, and John goes, really? What type of building? And he's like, 1-story. You know, like people are walking in and out buying stuff. And I said, Chris, do you happen to work at a 1-story building where people walk in and out buying stuff? He's like, yes, I do. And I was like, and I just started laughing. Like nobody got it like that, you know, like Chris is out here.
We got it. You're just being nice, Shane.
Well, you know, be nice to the victims when you guys are laying wreaths on their graves. That's all I'm saying. Don't forget to be nice then.
Well.
You know, everybody go in here, back this project, $1,007.
Yeah, $7. I don't know where that 7 came from. I don't think I have anything on here that would have led to that, but thank you. It's a very random number. Yeah, I know it's not for everybody, but please go back and support. I'd really appreciate it. This is 4 years worth of my, well, I guess this one wasn't 4 years, but I don't know, however many years worth of work blood, sweat, and tears, paint in all your eyes, 100 of them. And it's all going to be all combined into one cool book.
Did you ever do a gallery show? You said
I
you
was
were.
going to, and I haven't done it. My plan was to do originally a gallery show, and then I was like, maybe I could just do like cons where, so I was kind of worried about like psycho stalkers and stuff like that showing up and giving me hell. So I was like,
You just got to worry about Dan Frigas showing up.
no, Dan likes me, unlike you guys.
Yeah, I used to think he liked me. People turn on a dime around here. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, but the people that turn on me, they don't. I mean, aside from the psychopaths, they don't do it publicly. They do it in private because they know that because I'm a woman, it's like sympathetic in some way, and then they don't want to be publicly known as like the guy that screamed at Anna in DMs while she was pregnant. So it's people turn on me in private, and then I find out of either they have the balls enough to like confront me directly about it, or they don't, and they just like, I hear about it later. So it's one of those. But I was gonna go to like cons and do it like, because cons are just a weekend. There's tons of security. People have to buy a ticket to get in. There's a ton of people there, so nothing like bad could possibly happen. But now that I have a baby, I'm like, yeah, that's probably, not likely. But I did contact a gallery that was here, and I haven't heard back from them yet. But I might go to like a couple, and there's a lot of galleries in like Laguna Beach and stuff. So I might try to find something down locally by me. But that was originally the plan, but I don't know if it's a possibility right now. You got stalkers? Yeah, some fucking dude sent me a cum letter. I'm not kidding. Like it was like a letter they sent to my PO box covered in cum.
Yeah, maybe he couldn't find a pen. I've been there. Like I gotta write somebody down a number. I can't find a pen. I mean, like
So you just all your number all over it?
Yeah, I'm like, God gave me my own pen with its own fountain of ink.
Yeah. No, guys, I got. Did you get my letter in a high Java? Yeah, apparently I did. And are you going to see Rob Liefeld on the 16th? No, where is he going? I don't know. Where's Rob Liefeld going? Do I want to go see him? If I did, I would take one of John Malin's books and get him to sign it. Should I do that for John? I mean, John didn't come to my wedding, but I could go get him another present.
Yeah. I don't know. John's he's a good guy, but is he really that good,
It's good for the troll, man. I don't know why. Do you guys want me to go see Rob Liefeld? I don't really want to. I guess I could take my baby with me and I could introduce her to Rob Liefeld.
Could dress your baby up as Deadpool.
Oh my God.
Get Rob to sign your baby.
That would be so cute.
Be like, Rob, sign my baby. My Deadpool baby.
I could care less about Deadpool, but that would be cute. Oh, and she got a little bow. Oh, so cute. Let me actually look this up. Is there a Deadpool baby costume?
Probably not because of the full mask.
That's true. Well, maybe the little onesie. Let's see. Deadpool baby onesie. Oh, hey, look at that. No. Cleveland. What the fuck? Okay, yeah, there's like little onesies, but there's a fuzzy Spider-Man one. Oh, none of these will fit my girl yet. She's still too little. We can do the Incredibles. Did he draw anything else? I mean, that's not like Cable or Deadpool.
That mattered. He's drawn tons of stuff, but oddly enough, those are the things that
What's a girl that he's drawn? Or that he's created?
Rob's not. That's Domino.
Domino
is probably his most creator-owned popular female character.
Let's see.
Dude, I didn't even realize it, and I found it out by accident. But so when they did the Deadpool 2 movie, right, with Cable, right,
Mhm.
and Domino's in it, the actress that played Domino had hairy pits, and you can actually see it on screen. And there's articles where she was like, "Yeah, my boyfriend liked it, and it's so brave and bold."
It's so disgusting.
I know. So there's this slow-mo fight scene where they're in like a storage, not a storage truck, but like I think it's a transport for an evil mutant or something like that. And there's a moment where she's flipping through the air towards Cable, and it's all slow mo, and you can just see her pit hair if you're really paying attention. And it's like her suit, like she has sleeves on, but they made sure like her armpits are open, like they
So you can see it.
yes, and it's like there was no reason to do that, but they did it. Anna, they did it. And that was like I didn't even realize it. Like they hit it right there in front of me. Like you like Deadpool? Well, what about women with hairy pits?
It's
What about
so
that?
gross. I don't even want to get started on that shit because I'm just like, oh my God, my poor stepdaughter, her mom is like a raging liberal. And this poor child, like when we went to Chrissy's wedding, I had like 3 dresses picked out, but one of them was like spaghetti strapped. And I told her, I was like, because her mom won't let her shave at all. And she won't let her do her eyebrows. She won't let her like any kind of maintenance. I'm like, you basically wanted a boy. Like,
Yeah.
you're like a lesbian that hates men, but you're forcing your little girl to be a boy or
Yeah,
to
but
dress
here's
like
the
a boy.
thing, even a teen boy shaves. You
I
know what I mean?
know.
Like it doesn't even like that argument doesn't even hold. Like I mean,
Oh, trust me. It just does. But so I told her, I was like, if you wear this dress, like if you have these 3 to pick from, if you choose this one, you have to shave under your arms because we're going to a nice wedding. You're not going to be inappropriate at my friend's wedding. And her mom lost her fucking shit. And I'm like, she didn't even pick that dress. Like, she's a girl. She's gone through puberty. Let her shave under her goddamn arms. And it's like World War III. It's awful.
yeah, I don't like. I mean, I guess European women don't shave. I don't know.
Yes,
I
they
don't
do.
know.
I've met plenty of
Yeah, that's
European
what I
women.
think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. So I don't know what it is. I tried to do some research on it because I have seen a couple of people walking around like that, females, but I
It's
can't.
all of, like, the woke liberal women that do it.
Yeah, no, but they're not even lesbians. That's a weird thing. Like it seems like they're not
No,
lesbians.
the
So
virtues of no, I mean, I think my sister that passed, she was on some, like, weird hippie trend, and so she stopped shaving for a bit, and
yeah.
then my one that's still alive, I never like, we haven't talked in, like, 5 years, but I saw a picture of her recently, and I'm like, "Oh my god, now she's not shaving either," and I'm like, "This is freaking disgusting." Like, go and take care
Yeah.
of yourself.
I don't know if guys I don't even think guys are into it either. I'm sure there is, but I mean,
Well,
you
guys can't
can't
say anything or they're, like, misogynist and they'll get canceled.
yeah, but it's this is I don't
Mm.
know. Like a guy like on like so if you're dating a chick and she's just like I'm gonna quit shaving, you're gonna like no, you're gonna shave. But if you're a guy trying to get in, you know, and it's like, that's the thing. Like she's hot, but she's got hairy pits. I mean, I mean, being honest as a guy, like the guy's probably just gonna like pretend it's not there and do what he's got to do. And it's sad. It's sad, you know, that
Well, if a
men
guy's
both
getting
like
laid,
that.
he's gonna just,
Go along with it. And I think that's the real problem is men don't put their foot down enough with women. Let's be honest. I
Well, look
mean,
at you, like, you can't grow a beard because Yanzi doesn't like beard, so it's like women have no problem telling men their preferences, but, like
well, if I really wanted to grow a beard, I would grow a beard. I'll be honest, I can't get there is a stage of
did
insane
it go up?
itching.
Did somebody back my book? Sorry, Shane. Let's
Yep.
see, we're at 1,012. Guys, if you haven't, go back my book. Let's see if it went up. Hey, thank you. Got another backer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I
Boom.
appreciate you. That's a 50. So did somebody back this one? Which one did somebody back? Oh, maybe they just bought 2 of that. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. You guys are awesome. Going back my book. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So I can't
Rachel
get
has a hairy
past.
back. Hey, I saw that. That was the one time I wanted to defend her. I'm like, my back is hairier than Rachel's.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't have someone that can shave it for you.
Yeah. Well, you know.
My daughter was born with a hairier back than Rachel. My daughter has like hair on her shoulders and
Wow.
all that. It's gone. Like some of the shoulder hair is gone now, but like me and my husband are both monkey people, basically. And so it was inevitable that our daughter was going to come out hairy. But my daughter still has got like patches on her ears, which I used to have. Like we're werewolves. There's
Yeah.
no chance of us being vampires. We are 100% werewolves.
Huh.
Which-
I can get past the itching stage of the beard. That's the only reason I haven't grown a beard ever.
You've never grown your beard out?
I can't get past like the day like 4 stubble of where your face just feels like you have ants crawling all over it. I can't get past it.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I never let mine grow out either.
What, your beard?
Yeah.
All right. Nice to know.
No, I even got like my entire face like lasered, and they got to the point where they're just like, don't come back anymore. This is going to damage your skin. Yes. The lasers aren't strong enough.
Right. They were like trying to get the power of the sun. Right?
Yeah.
What do you think of that new Superman movie? Are you game or no?
Not really. I can't
Yeah.
stand the guy that they got to play him. And I feel like James Gunn's movies, they're all kind of the same, which I get. Like with the Quentin Tarantino, it's gonna like have his flavor, right? And I feel like I'm just kind of done with James Gunn's movies. I mean, they're fun in the moment, but they're not rewatchable. Like I watched Guardians of the Galaxies maybe twice, and I never need to watch it again. I'm like, it was
Yeah,
fun.
I've noticed that too. Like I don't rewatch any of his stuff like at all. Like I was noticing that the other day, and I was very impressed by Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think I only watched it 1.5 times.
Yeah, I don't need to. I didn't watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I remember not really caring for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And then what else has he done?
Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, I liked the Suicide Squad. I had a lot of fun watching it. Again, I watched that one twice, and that's because I watched it by myself, and then Peaches wanted to watch it, so we watched it. And I'm like, I had fun, but I never need to watch it again. I watched like 2 episodes of that Peacemaker show. But aside from those, like I can't really think of anything else that he's done. Guys, what else has he done before Marvel? Dazed and Confused? That's not his movie, was it?
No.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think that's his.
There's some superhero like knockoff movie they're always talking about, but I've never seen it.
Tormer Films? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. I always
Let's
felt
update the Eye Project. Oh, did you guys back it? Yeah, go and back my book if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it. Help make this book happen. My first art book. I've never done one, and it's cool that it's something that I actually like really am proud of and care about. Nope, nothing. There's nothing to update. Thank you.
Wow, guys. Wow. Somebody go in here and back Anna for that.
Let's see. Alpha Suma, thank you for the 10. I'll buy your book if you get Rob's signature for John. I'm getting your book anyway. Remember you doing this? I think Rob saying hi to John or acknowledging John would mean the world to him. Yeah, I could. And then I could hold it hostage, be like, you didn't come to my wedding, bitch. But no, honestly, I don't know. I've just had this feeling that John's mad at me. I don't know why or like what he could possibly be mad at me about. Do you ever have that, Shane, where it's like you just feel that energy? I'm like, something's off, and I think this person's mad at me.
Well, I mean, me and John were talking about both being mad at you in private, but you're not supposed to know.
Oh, okay. Well, I was like, maybe I need to do something like extra nice for him, so he won't be mad at me anymore. But I'm like, he's never given me any indication that he's mad at me. I just have this feeling that he is. So maybe
That
I'll go get
sounds
the
like
audio.
you're riddled with guilt. I don't
I
think
don't know
John.
what it
I
could have
mean, I
been,
don't
but
know. Like John, you know what's weird? After I was thinking about the whole John is a bully thing. I was talking about this on stream the other day. John to me is like the most consistent person I've been around. since being here. Like, and that's the thing that bothers me with the whole theory that John's a bully. Because even if it's true, like he's consistent. You know, I mean, he never misled you. You know, like if you were like, "Oh, John's so cool,
You
he's
keep making
bullying
fun of
me."
his and change for John has thick skin. He won't. Well, no, John's obviously not a bully because look at what just happened on Jack's show.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like a bully would have made fun of that guy and would never let him on. And John
Aw.
was nothing but respectful and nice. Now, everyone that accuses John of being a bully, I'm like, well, you were giving it as good as like John was.
I think people call John a bully. No, John. People take advantage of John until it's convenient to call him a bully.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, now it's time to get off this train. I'm done with John. Well, I gotta find a strategy. Oh, I'll call him a bully,
Mhm.
and I'll
Yeah.
actually point out, like, go look at when he said this, this, and this. He was a bully. Yeah, but you sat there every step of the way and was smiling. It's like, I don't know.
No, this is exactly it. They attack John and then cry when they get slapped back. I know. It's listen, and Dan messaged me and I haven't responded yet, but it's partial because I only saw the message tonight and I was on Jack's show, but I read it and like I'm still mad. Like me and Mandy even did that like EFAP of Ethan's like the King show and I'm like Dan like completely dismissed everything that you guys said and then even when I jumped on he dismissed what I said and I'm like he's like we'll call it like making fun of their stream. I'm like I get on the show every week and, like, people insult me and say that I hit the wall and lesbian and all that shit. It's like, you gotta take it with a grain of salt, and, like, the people like, at least struck John's channel. That's not right. All because, like, what? Was it you that made the fat Cenobite joke?
Yeah, and it was talked over. That was the weird thing. Nobody even noticed I said it, but Chokeout and John, and then Ethan just kept saying some other stuff, and it just never. It wasn't like it took hold until Dan made it take hold. It's really weird. That whole thing is weird. Yeah, I was surprised that he basically had the same talking points all over again, you know, as like he did on Kings. I was like, all right, so you want to say the same thing to me, but now face to face, and you think I'm going to have a different opinion?
Well, I mean, I've noticed this from everyone that's, like, turned. It's like they all repeat the same thing, and even after reading the Dungeoneer Files, it's like they all get in their head that this thing happened, but this thing that they think happened didn't actually happen.
Yeah.
Even with Kelsey, like, I remember Kelsey, it was before Jack's show, and he's, like, going on about how, like, "Oh, isn't it strange that all of this is happening?" He's like, "It's because of Mandy." And we're like, "What? How does
Yeah.
Mandy have anything to do with this?" Like,
Yeah.
Mandy and John even snapped at Kelsey. He's like, "Don't spread rumors, Kelsey. You don't know if that's true." And Kelsey's like, "It all fits. It's like all the dominoes. This is what it is." And it's like, "No, Mandy has nothing to do with this." And I think I even said it was about the stupid pit omnibus. And I even told
Yeah.
Kelsey, I'm like, "It's stupid for Dale to go with anyone that's not Ethan. Like, he is gonna make the most amount of money with Ethan, but Ethan obviously doesn't wanna do it." And I'm so sick and
Yeah.
tired of hearing about this stupid omnibus. If Dale really wanted to do it, he would have made it happen already.
Well, I was even surprised for a split second Dan was bringing the omnibus up at that con. It's like, God damn, like, you know, like this. And again, I just looked at him as like, you go do it. Don't even waste your breath talking about it. Just go do it. You know, like that's it. Like, I mean, I don't know. It was weird. I actually had to say, why would I care about a book that I make no money on at all,
Yeah.
Dan? I'm like, well, why would I care that much about it? Like, you know, I have no interest in it. And like, what am I supposed to do with it? And I eventually had to say, you know, when it came to the Patrick thing, he's like, well, you should have done more. You should have done more. I'm like, you know, Patrick has a wife. You know, I mean, and he just stared at me when I said that. Like, and I'm like, yeah, man, like, what you want me to do? Go hug him? Like, he's got a wife to calm him down, you know, like, not me. Not driving all the way to Florida because he's having his breakdown, you know. I don't know.
You shouldn't. I don't know. I think that's weird to rely on because I watched somebody sent me a link to that stream of like him and Whitney saying that they're not Comicsgate or like they are, but their business isn't like the
Yeah.
Cope stream. We should just call it that, the PTP Cope stream. But that one, it's like I couldn't even really get through it because I'm like, this is so cringe. And it's like you shouldn't rely on someone else for your income like that. Like I get it if like you're a spouse and you're like you're going to be a stay-at-home mom, so you're relying on your spouse, but it's like they kept saying like, "Oh, this is going to be good for everyone and everyone wanted this and we were just trying to help out." It's like if Dale really wanted it, Dale can do it himself and not
Yeah.
have to deal. Like you're doing it because you guys want the credit.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
not your fault, and Dan shouldn't be getting mad at you or John about that. That's literally not your guys' fault.
Yeah, I still don't understand the Dan thing at all, and I've probably dealt with it more than anybody else, and I'm not really hung up on it. I'm just surprised he's hitting you up, but yeah.
Well, I think it's because he saw the clip of me saying that he unfollowed me because it's came up in my message request and it said something about how he's like, I unfollowed everyone, and like that he didn't mean to just unfollow me, that he just literally unfollowed every single person. So
Yeah,
I
he
get it.
unfollowed me after the con. He didn't unfollow me until after the con, though. Like I guess he was still following me up until our conversation.
Mm.
But our conversation got, at least on my end, it got heated.
Oh, see, this is so stupid how people are mad that Comicsgate got trademarked. It was literally to keep like people that are doing pedo shit from using it. And this is also the most stupid fucking thing I've ever heard because it's like how many books actually have like Comicsgate on them?
Here's the thing about that.
So stupid.
People, this, let me say this, if anybody had, Comicsgate was getting trademarked with or without Ethan. That was the whole thing. He, Preston.
Yeah, that person. I don't want to get sued, so don't say it.
No. Well, but it's not that. I mean, that's what he was trying to do, right? He was trying to.
Yeah, I think he was fighting
Right.
him for it.
Well, yeah, because it's not they weren't fighting over it. He was trying to trade. Like you guys, there's no world that you were going to have where Comicsgate wasn't being trademarked by somebody. Ethan just didn't jump up and trademark it for the sake of doing it, or he would have done it years before that.
Hey, before I forget, Steve, where is Rob Liefeld going to be on the 16th so I can put that in my calendar to go? It's on a Wednesday. Oh, I have the freaking Star Trek show that day.
I mean, people act like Ethan just came in. It's like, oh, I want to own that. It's no. Somebody was going to own it. And it's like, is the person owning it going to be a problem? Well, then maybe Ethan had to go grab it, and I don't know. Like, I mean, it's a weird situation. People act like, nah, he just wants to own it. It's like, it was never like that, or he would just grabbed it from the get-go. I mean, and got the trademark from day one. I don't know. That shit's just weird.
I feel like everything that people like that really passionately don't like you, don't like John, don't like Ethan. It's like all the things that they're really upset about are nothing burgers. And the second that you like point out the flaws in their argument, they just get all flustered and they do that like head shake thing and they're like, da da da, and they move the goalpost constantly.
Yeah, no, that's how it was talking with Dan. I mean, not to try to say that, but that's what when I say it was like the same conversation at the con as like Kings for 90% of it. I mean, that's what I mean. If you ever got into a corner on a point and you're like, well, Dan, this is the factual situation, it would just turn into another point. It just, it's
well,
like,
that's what happened when I went on. Okay, Golden Apple Comics. The fuck is this? Los Angeles. Ugh. I don't want to go to Los Angeles on Wednesday.
And I wish Dan the best and everything, and I think he wants to be left alone at this point. But I mean, at the same time, I'm kind of like, well, Dan just kind of came in out of nowhere, And that was the thing that pissed me off is I went into that con knowing that Dan was talking crap about me at like Heroes Con last year to backers.
Do you know what he said about you last year? Oh my God, this is up by
Yeah.
WeHo. I don't want to go there.
Yeah. I had 2 backers tell me and then a third. So I've heard it from 3 people. So like as much as Dan is saying he's upset about Allie and world building and all of that, that's false. He had an issue with me way back then. So
Wait, what did he say? Can you tell us?
Mange is bad for comics. I'm not about the comics. Ethan's about super chats and himself, and John is a bully, I think,
That's so
from memory. But there was a little bit more into it than that.
There we go.
But I took offense. I had to look at him and just tell him, like, look, Dan, this is all bullshit. I know for a fact. And he was like, oh, well, who are the backers that told you that? I'm like, I'm not going to tell you. He's like, all right, well, you tell me what they said. I told him what they said. And he changed the subject.
What,
He
you
didn't even, yeah.
wouldn't even answer for it?
Yeah,
So this
he
is
just
where this
changed the
place
subject.
is.
Yeah.
Look at how shitty this place. This is Melrose Avenue. So I'd have to go here with my baby, park in this ghetto parking lot. This is where you're going? And go here to see Rob? I mean,
Yeah, there's probably gonna be a queue too, like with the store that
oh, 100%. They'll be
yeah,
all the
yeah,
way
be
down around.
outside, yeah.
I could probably pull the whole "I'm that Star Wars girl" thing, but
No,
I don't. I
no,
don't like
this is what you do, Anna. You get in line and you'd be like, guys, the baby's hot and and Rob doesn't know he's a daddy. I got to get in the front of the line. They'll let
What
you
does
get in
this say?
front. If you get in there and you'd be like, Rob has no idea that his daughter is here to see him. And you hold that baby.
Oh my God.
They
No.
won't let you in front. Just pretend. Just pretend like, guys, like this is going to make his life meeting his daughter for the first time. They'll
Steve
let you
says,
in
"LOL,
front.
now I'm thinking twice about going." Yeah, Steve, like here when I went to go see Vic, this is years and years ago. It's before I even like knew him. It was the first time I ever met him, and I waited in a freaking 5-hour line. But yeah, it was 5 hours. Like this is gonna be ridiculous to meet freaking Rob. Like I'm telling you, either it's gonna go all the way around this corner or it's gonna go all the way. Look at there's a naked person.
Wow. On Google?
Yeah, they're blurred out. I'm not gonna zoom in. This is literally a naked human. They have their face blurred out and their body a blur. Oh my God. There's here's the thing. There's shorter lines to meet these people, and they're faster if you go to cons. Because I've seen Rob Liefeld at a con, and his line was probably maybe like back to where this fence was, and they have a person like, he signs it, he says hi, and they move him. It's fast, right? This is going to be like he has to talk to the person. You're going to be standing right here for like 5 hours, and then you'll finally get up here, and then you have to wait inside. I don't know if I want to go. Is it worth it to get something, Anna, judging LA life? 100%. And I hate when people say, "Oh, Anna, you live in LA." I'm like, I've never lived in LA. I live nowhere. I guess I live kind of near LA. It's like an hour drive with traffic. Without traffic, it's like 20 minutes. But I live down like Huntington Beach area, guys. That's where I live. I live by the ocean, and it's nice. It doesn't look like this shit. But let me see. I highlighted this. Okay, Casey Anthony. Oh my God, Casey Anthony. Goddamn. Yellowfash had some pretty good reasons not to like Ethan or Shane, but Anna's not ready for that conversation. Flash and I have talked about it in person, and Flash has his feelings, and sometimes people don't agree, and
Keep that up. Pull that back up. Pull that back up.
Shit, I just unstart it.
Well, Casey, Yellow Flash, I guess he has some good reasons not to like Ethan, John, me, but he didn't seem to stop him from asking me to draw him a cover for his book.
Let's see. There we go. Listen, Flash has his reasons, and they're his reasons, and we've talked about it in person, and like when it first happened, we talked about it. And listen, Not everyone's going to agree on everything 100% of the time. I get the way he feels and I respect that. And he respects the fact that I'm not upset at you guys and like I'm not picking sides. And I really appreciate that. And he doesn't drag me into the drama. That's how he feels. And that's how he feels.
And I really have little to no feelings towards Flash, but I do have feelings about people coming up to me and asking me what my cover rate is and if I'll spend a week drawing a cover for their book. And then if they do then have issue with me later, I kind of like, I don't know, my time's a little bit more valuable than a few $100.
Well, yeah, it's I don't want to see that stuff. It's like people's business, and I don't want to get involved in other people's businesses. Like, I'm not talking about, oh, this is like your financial business, if that makes sense. But
No,
Yellow
but
Flash
for me,
appreciates your sub count. My sub count, guys, sub count is nothing. Sometimes I'll get like insecure because I'm like, so for those that don't know, my channel got put on a no list years ago. So I was growing. I got like 80,000 subs in a month, and my channel was like basically skyrocketing. And then YouTube put like a no on me. And so my channel barely grows anymore. I have to like crawl to get subs. But there's people that have like 1 million subscribers, and I'm getting the same amount of views on my videos. So sub count really doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's how many people will watch you. Like, look, Ethan has lost like thousands of subs since I started following him. But Ethan consistently gets 1,200 to over 2,000 people watching his live streams consistently, like every single night. So that's what matters. Like somebody that has like 1 million subs and they can only get like 200 people watching. Like I only have, I'm a little shy of 250,000. And I think it's 3 a.m. my time, and I have 300 people watching me. That's pretty good. That's what it really is about. The sub count, I think, is just like a dick measuring contest. And so it's, I try not to let it get to me. It's the video views that I think really matter at the end of the day. And once you get into the consistency of it, I think that helps. But you're just cementing that YouTube grifter mindset. No, I'm telling you, as somebody that does this pretty much for a living now, that I've had to take like a break from like the usual stuff that I do since I had the baby. So I'm telling you how it is in like the background of it, if you guys don't do YouTube and all of that. But people get so bored with YouTube talk, so I won't get into it. But engagement over sub count, yes, because there's channels out there that have, that millions of subscribers, but there's no engagement. So that means if like a channel is alive or not. But yeah.
I don't know. I've not really had much luck drawing any covers for anybody here, to be honest. Like I was thinking about the other day. Well, I drew one for Patrick, and you saw how that went. And then
you drew a cover for Patrick? I don't think I ever saw it.
Yeah, I drew a Johnny Phantasm one,
See, I've never backed Patrick until it was like he needed 100,000 to.
Yeah.
He was like so close to. So I bought the T-shirt for Peaches because Dale drew it, and then I think I backed the book. But there's so many people that it's like I have no interest in this, like because Patrick did like the Dias de Muertos and Gangsters.
Yeah.
I can't stand gangster stories. Like that's the last thing I want to back ever.
Yeah.
And then it's like I could care less about Transformers. Like even Ethan, like I could care less about Ninja Turtles or that genre, but I bought it because it looked really fucking cool, and I like Ethan, and I wanted to support him.
Well, I had drawn a piece for Dan. And
I don't never saw that either.
Yeah. Well, the book never.
So basically, what you're saying is people that you draw covers for or draw pieces for, they turn on you.
I drew a thing for Eric, and that whole situation I can't actually talk about, but that was not a good situation for me. Then what'd I do? Somebody else I did something for. I was like, yeah, well, It just I don't know. I think I'm only really doing stuff for people, like very few people at all. Like I don't know. It sucks, but like I think Cecil asked me to do a cover, and I was like, it was basically
You
because of
did.
no, but it was because of Yellow Flash. I wouldn't do a cover for Cecil.
Cecil's
Because
not gonna backstab you.
no, it's not that. Yeah, but he's gonna fuck around with it too. I don't really want that.
Oh,
But
like you did with John's?
yeah, I saw that.
Well, okay, the
But
only thing about that was Cecil the
But
the
back to what I
dialogue
said, hang on, but you're gonna get off this. But the reason I didn't answer Cecil on that is because he did the same thing Yellow Flash did, and that was just like, "What's your page rate? What's your page rate?" And then I saw Yellow Flash dump Ethan's page rate, and because Cecil was asking me that, I was like, "I don't think I'm gonna answer you." Like,
Cecil's not gonna dish out your cover rate, man.
I would never thought Yellow Flash would have to Ethan.
Mm.
And Yellow Flash was jumping up and down. What's your cover rate? What's your cover? Yellow Flash came up to me in Tampa asking it. Like I wouldn't answer him in DMs, and then he was asking me in Tampa,
Mm.
like in person, and it's like I mean, and who would have thought he would have dumped Ethan's rate? And it's like,
See, you saying this now just makes me wanna know, and now I'm like, do I wanna ask you in private? Or, like, are you
no,
gonna
what my
tell me?
rate is? No, I'm not gonna tell anybody what it is.
Uh, well, and also it's you
Eh,
give different people different rates. Like, obviously, if I wanted Cecil to draw something for me, he's gonna give me a different rate. I mean, it's Cecil drawing, but
So
I'm sure Cecil's gonna give a different rate than someone that, is not
So,
me.
okay, well, here's how this plays out. Somebody says, "Well, what did you make at DC Comics?" And I'd be like, "This is my cover rate at DC Comics." Like, okay, well, what's your PayPal? I'm like, it doesn't matter. Why? Because I make more than that now working for myself.
Mm.
So then it goes back. Well, what's your cover rate? Well, I'd have to go divide up like what I would make if I drew myself a cover and come up with a number for you. And it's almost unquantifiable, especially when I owe backers a book and things like that. The only thing I'm doing is delaying my own process and my own shit. It's like really weird. It's like it's not as simple as like what is your cover rate? And then I don't. When Flash was asking me, I was like, just give me a proportion of give me a percentage of the cover sales. And he just wanted a flat page rate. It's like, I don't even know if I can work with that. Like, I don't even know, like, how is that fair? Like, for me, I'm like, why would I even be interested in that? It's not even about fair. It's like, I don't even know if I get out of bed for anything different.
Well, it's also, do you even wanna draw it?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know what it was at the time, but I chances are I'm not going to want to draw anything. Nobody on YouTube's coming up with my favorite superheroes for me to draw. I can tell
Yeah.
you that. Nobody here is coming up with my fan favorite Marvel, DC character or sci-fi character for me to draw because it's all new shit. So it's when you go, well, will you even want to draw it? It's like probably not. I mean, like, why would I? Like it's just a weird situation. And the few people I've done things for, like it seems to come back and bite me in the ass. I think Ethan and John are the only people I've done things for, and it hasn't bit me in the ass. Because I was thinking about this the other day.
Oh, have you ever drawn anything for Mandy?
Yeah. And
that's bit you in the ass?
No, but it was just a trading card. But I'm saying like I've counted like 3 or 4 times it's bitten me in the ass. I think 3. So it's like, that's just a waste of my time, and people usually aren't grateful and they're like, yeah, I paid you. And it's like, not that much. I mean, it's like not what I should have been paid. I was giving you a buddy price. And there's no amount of money for the headache either. It's like, I mean, if I broke down like, hey, this is what I make on what I do. Now break it down. Even going back to Starlight Cats, it's like most people are not going to want to pay me that money if I broke it down. If I took my profits to Starlight Cats and said this is my page rate, nobody's going to want to pay that. And that's one of my lower campaigns.
Mm.
So I don't know. It's just it's a weird thing. Like, guys, you know.
Well, it's weird when you get like money involved in things, especially like with friendship and stuff. So that's why like it's like you should never mix money and friendship. So
Yeah, but Anna, half these people aren't friendly. Like, I mean, like, well, half aren't friendly and half are just pretending to be your friend. So put that
I
into
know.
the account. Like, it's not even as simple as like, oh, money's involved in their friends, so it gets funky. It's like, I don't know these people. I don't know if they're friends. I mean, I don't mean to sound jaded,
Well,
but like,
no, I agree. I learned that the hard way. All these people that I thought were my friends, and then they backstab me or ghost me or lie to me, and then it's like, I don't know. The thing about YouTube, it's really you have to. I mean, Ethan said it the one time, which I watched his stream after. It was like I just couldn't comprehend because I'm like, this person was always nice to me. We did multiple streams together. We were playing like video games like together in groups, and like I never, I don't know why this person did what they did. And then Ethan was like EFAPing what happened, and he's like, it's because they never really liked you. And I'm like, that thought had never occurred to me because I just take it at face value. I'm like, oh, you're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. But in the back, like, I guess people show you who they really are. You just got to take it at face value. So,
well, I mean, I'm okay with people like it's when they try to make you think something that's happening that's not happening. That like I don't have to be friends with everybody, but when people make
ghosting
a
is not
hard
bad.
effort, when people make a hard effort to convince you that there's a friendship that's not there, that's when I get kind of wiggy. That's when it's like manipulation and like, I don't know. It gets weird. I don't know. And with the culture war stuff, right? There's so many people you just assume like, yeah, we're just all friends because we're all like on this aisle of things, and it's like, no.
Oh, trust me, that's my life. Ghosting is not backstabbing in the way that they did. Yes, it's I'm trying to think of a movie reference for this. It's just turning your back on someone because you're too much of a coward to tell them how you really feel about things.
Yeah.
It's especially like when it's like, and then I find out what these people are saying in DMs. It's like, oh, well, that's why that person stopped talking to me, But, there's a lot of, where is it? I'm not going to highlight that one. Never mind.
It's weird too because like people are like, oh yeah, Shane's an asshole. Shane's this, and it's like I probably you're right. I've never said I'm not an asshole, but I don't really care either. Like I don't know. Like I told Dan, he's like, yeah, man, this just ain't right. And I'm like, but Dan, I'm like, I don't know what you want me to say. I'm like, I might be stacking tomato cans at the grocery store one day, and I'm okay with that. Just whatever. He's like, nah, man, I'm not saying that, but things have got to be different, man. Things got like.
Well, that's the thing. All these people, they want things to be different, but it's like, but what do you want? Like, oh, you want the bullying to stop? It's like, okay, well, then you guys have to stop doing it too.
Yeah, I don't even know if he knew what he wanted. To be honest, listening to him, it just seemed like he was like frustrated. From the way I read it, he seemed like the dude was just frustrated. A lot of people running up to him with clips or bugging him with shit, and I kind of felt like he was getting drug into things he probably shouldn't have.
I know. I remember once. It was when I was at MegaCon, and we were all pretty much drunk. I was pretty plastered, but I was sitting at a table with Chrissy and Brittany, and I went up to the bar to buy us a round of drinks, and then Patrick and Whitney and Biggins were at the bar, and then Patrick and I were having a conversation. I cannot fucking for the life of me remember what it was because I was so plastered, but I specifically remember like he was running something past me, and I just was like, I started laughing. I'm like, that's fucking retarded. And I remember like he just like gave this like kind of like look, and like he like gave this smile, but his smile didn't reach his eyes, and like he couldn't like fathom that I told him that his idea was retarded.
Yeah.
I really wish I wasn't so drunk that I could remember what it was about. But I'm like, I have a feeling it had to do with all of this shit that we're dealing with now.
Yeah. No, it probably did. Patrick had like a lot of opinions on how things were happening, and he would get all worked up from anything to do with shit with Gabe El-Taib, you know, to Indiegogo and shadow banning, and we need new leadership, and things have got to be different. We got to run to this and that, and I mean, he was just a ball of nerves and it was like the guy was putting all the energy into everything but sitting down and sharpening a pencil and actually drawing something that didn't look like a toddler drew it. And it's I don't
Well,
know.
he had a style. I think the concepts that he was trying to
Okay,
like
so style can be a crutch to keep you from growing.
it can, but so for example, look at Hellboy. Like that's nowhere near as detailed as the shit that you or Ethan or John draws.
No,
But that
but Mike Mignola drew differently before he did Hellboy, and Mike Mignola had a solid a solid foundation of construction,
yeah.
storytelling, lighting, and stuff before he even developed the style of Hellboy.
I understand, but I'm saying like Patrick went to the same school as you, so I'm assuming he got taught the same things that you did.
Yeah, and he
Because
drew just as bad then as he does now. So like so you could teach and you could tell a dog how to you know, I don't know, get the morning paper. And you could spend 25 years telling the dog how to go get the paper in the morning, but that if that dog doesn't do it, you know, it's a dumb fucking dog.
Yeah, but then we just get onto the question of IQ and stuff, and I feel like there is a lot of people that stuff just doesn't register. But I think for the stories that he was trying to tell, his style wasn't right for them. And if he would have found a story that was right for that style that he was trying to draw, like Teletubbies or something, which okay, that was supposed to be funny, but I don't think it was. That came off kind of mean. But I don't know. It's just
No, I get what you're saying, and I mean maybe that style would be acceptable.
Anna, you
for
cannot
them.
draw. I can draw just fine. I just don't like drawing. I
Yeah.
drew all of these before I painted them. Very rough sketches. I showed a drawing that I did earlier. I can draw just fine. Again, I don't really like drawing.
I'll be honest, I don't really care how Patrick draws. Like it's not my thing. I mean, I don't really give a shit. What I do give a shit though is dude butting elbows and everybody's shit all the time when he's got his own stuff he needs to work on.
Oh yeah, the whole thing with Dan giving you and Ethan shit about late books, and it's like you really don't have any room to talk. And I can't. Wait, I saw your Vampirella cover. Bro, I don't ever draw like that. I drew like that because that was a style my sister liked. And if you look at that, it's not, in my opinion, I guess because I drew it, it's not a bad drawing. It's a style that my sister liked, and I have explained that profusely. But do you ever see me draw like that? Usually no. And also turn the cover upside down, you'll see more. But
It was a very graphic drawing.
yeah, well, that's what she fucking liked. She liked the I hate this style, the old school like tattoos, and we always would watch like Batman the animated series, and then she really liked Jessica Rabbit and fuck, what's the other one? The one with Brad Pitt where he turns into a cartoon. Yeah,
something World.
Cool World or something.
Cool World.
She likes stuff like that, and so everything that was in that drawing is a reference to shit with my sister. So Vampirella's face, like everyone was like, "Oh, she looks like a Bratz doll." I'm like, no. If I tell you who I based her face on, you guys will never be able to unsee it, and none of these fuckers guessed it. But everything in that is a reference to my sister. Like Vampirella's holding a rose. My sister's middle name was Rose. If you turn the cover upside down, Vampirella's boobs are in the shape of the heart because my sister always wanted a heart tattoo on her boobs. Again, her face is based off of someone that we have an inside joke with. People give me shit about the bisexual lighting, which I wasn't trying to do that. It was, I had a pink painted room and my sisters were in a blue room, but my sister was bisexual. So there's that. the shadow behind it. My sister always liked that, where there's like a silhouette of something coming forth. And it was actually based on an old Frankenstein poster that she really liked, where it's like, the not the Frankenstein castle, but it's the windmill and like Frankenstein
Yeah.
with like the dead girl, like the little kid that he kills, like in her arms, like in the front with like the smoke and the mist. But everything in that was my other living sister. She got all the references and she even left at that. But it's not anything that I ever do. I did it specifically because she liked that style, and I've explained that profusely. Do you ever see me draw like that? No, I do this stuff. I do paintings.
Yeah, but no matter what you're drawing like or what you're doing, you're not out here like trying to make a back room fucking people up. Like,
Oh,
don't
that's
care
stupid.
and stuff. That was my point. I'm not really attacking his style. I'm attacking like his use of energy and trying to always fuck around with other people's business.
Wait, I have no words for how much cope was in that explanation. How is that coping? I'm just explaining it to you.
Yeah, I
I mean,
don't
if you
know.
don't, here's the thing: if you don't like it, you don't like
You
it.
don't
That's
like it,
fine.
yeah. I mean,
It was made for my sister, and that's stuff that she likes. I can show you mermaid drawings that I did for her that were in that exact same style. But like, if I were to do a Vampirella cover again, I would do an oil painting because that's what I enjoy doing. Either an oil painting or maybe like a charcoal sketch, but I haven't done charcoal in so long. I kind of miss it.
Mm.
Anna's stickers are great. Still looks good after years on my truck. Ah, that's cool. It's on your vehicle. And you know what's funny is like every woman or every girl likes it because I think it's more of like a girly thing than a guy thing. But I don't know. That's just me.
Well, I mean, how much money did that campaign make?
I don't know. All I know is I got 10,000. And
I was
was,
looking at a lot of Dynamite because they still do campaigns. They don't really make that much money.
no, I think that's why he was trying to like grift on like the YouTube stuff. But I was just like, I needed a new car so bad. Like I had been saving for years. And then I think like pretty much everything I made from that went to either taxes or student loans or like my savings. So I was like, all right. And I felt weird because I'm like, I need to like do something more for my sister. But like she had nothing when she died. She had like the stuff that she had, but she had no children, no legacy. And so at least in that little bit of a way, it kind of immortalized her in
Yeah.
in that. So I was like, I kind of gave her some kind of legacy, but
Hmm. I had dedicated some stuff to my late brother, so I feel you on that. I drew a whole Dexstar story. If you ever look it up, I actually went by my brother's name. So I had DC Comics. I used his name in the credits, so I feel you on that. Sometimes you just do these things for yourself or
Well-
someone else.
Well, I always felt bad because she wanted again that style, but like a mermaid sitting on rocks, and she wanted it like a big like she wanted it to be like 4 feet tall, and I'm like, bitch, you're crazy. And I always will feel bad because I never did it for her because I never wanted to. She's like, every time I would see her, she's like, paint me this mermaid, paint me this mermaid. And I'm like, I really don't want to. I did a mini drawing of it for her,
So
but
I'm looking at the chat. They said Ethan made 4,000. You made 10,000.
well, my percentage. Sorry, I got like something stuck on my tooth, but no, my percentage was a certain amount, and yeah, I remember getting paid that. Maybe Ethan had a different.
I think they're talking about what it sold.
Oh no, mine sold like 30,000 or something, but
The point being that you sold more than Ethan.
no, I didn't sell more than Ethan. Ethan did 3 campaigns. I think each one of them made more.
Okay.
Mine, I think I had the second. My campaign didn't even come close to all 3 of Ethan's. I think Ethan made like at least 75K on one of his, and I think mine made like about 30 something. I'd have to go look it up. But
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anybody could go look it up.
yeah.
A point is people bought it,
Yeah, people like it.
Nobody held a gun to anybody's head to buy it.
No, but people act like that. Like they're so offended over
Yeah.
this thing that they were never gonna buy anyway. And at the end of the day, no matter what I did, people were gonna complain. So
Mhm. I don't. It's so weird, that phenomenon, like that we're in, like this. It's almost like a vicious cycle because that I was watching that on YouTube before I came to Comicsgate. Like I was actually watching that whole transaction happen.
of me and the cover.
Yeah, like you were referencing it when you went on a stream on Liam's. I guess was Ro in there? Like I
You watched
actually was
that
in the
stream?
chat watching
When
that. Yeah,
when
yeah.
I screamed at Ro.
Yeah, I was in the chat watching that. I wasn't like typing or anything in the chat, but I watched that live. It was like like 2 or 3 in the morning my time. It was some weird late night.
No, I was about to go to bed. It was like 6 in the morning for me.
Oh, okay. I was up all night drawing, I guess. I was listening to it.
Well, so one of the things about that stream, so I could have easily tweeted out that, hey guys, like, so one of the things about those guys, I didn't respond to any of them, and they were going hard at me, like just attacking me like ruthlessly over this fucking cover that none of them were gonna buy, and they all hated me before any of that happened. So they were
Yeah.
gonna complain no matter what. But I never retweeted them. I never responded to their comments. If they came into my threads, I'd block them. And so Liam did like that cope stream and like added me, like being like demanding I come on this freaking live stream. And I could have easily retweeted, be like, hey, look, all these people are attacking me over my dead sister and because they don't like this drawing that I did.
Yeah, yeah, and
And,
you would have sent them
well, I
off.
didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't even tell anyone in my audience. No one on my social media knew about any of this until years later when I told them about it. And they're like, what the fuck? So all of those bitches that are all full grown married men in their like 30s, 40s, and probably 50s that are attacking some chick because she did a drawing for her sister. And they're so
Oh.
offended and they weren't going to buy it to begin with. But was that your introduction to who I was me screaming at Ro?
I don't know. No, I knew who you were. I'm just saying I watched that stream live. I knew who you were. I was watching that. And I don't even know why I was watching it. It was just I don't know. Like it was YouTube's algorithm had pulled it up because I was probably watching.
Because I knew it was spicy drama. Could you pull it up to show? No, I can't because when I told everyone about it finally and I shared the link because I had the link saved and people went and started watching and were leaving comments. Liam privated it and then because it was on Liam's channel, not mine. So he privated it once I told people about it and people went and they watched and they were just as horrified and disgusted by those people's behavior. And then I think Liam deleted his whole channel. So I don't know if that stream even exists anymore. If you could watch it, but yeah, it was something.
Yeah, that was a weird. Because I remember watching him. Like, what do people want? Like, it was people had cemented themselves in certain arguments over this Dynamite thing and. Is it like Panboy and different people? They always try to argue like, oh, there's a big conspiracy about Nick Brucci and Comicsgate.
Well, that guy's just a businessman. He just saw people are making money on Indiegogo. Let me grift off of these people,
Right.
but so they can make money for me, which is what everyone kind of did because it was like the one company that's in mainstream that was sticking it to it, and then he backed off immediately when he got pushback.
Yeah, but nothing's changed. If you go look at Indiegogo and you go look at Dynamite's account, like they're still doing these covers with like say Near Mint Collectibles or some other YouTuber or some cosplay YouTuber chick. Like they're still doing it. They're just not doing it with us. Like nothing's changed. You can see Nick, like go pop that open and go, why are they doing this? And then go look at each individual YouTuber and you'll see like, oh, because there's an outside audience. And that's what, Nick is basically running around trying to up his print run numbers of things. by reaching out to other people's audience, and that's it. I mean, he went up to a lot of people and he asked me to do one, and I just never responded really. But Nick is Nick. That's not Comicsgate. That is Nick. Nick's still doing it, but people try to make it out to be like some big Comicsgate conspiracy with Dynamite. And I've known Nick for years. Nick is about buying license and doing books if there's money involved, period. I mean, I'm not even sure. Like, if they can sell a Grumpy Cat comic book, they'll sell a Grumpy Cat comic book. And they made a Grumpy Cat comic, by the way. Like,
That is
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I actually
So,
like that.
yeah. So, like, if he can do a wrestling book, if an IP's for sale and he can license it and he can make money, I mean, does he care about the IP? No. I've had conversations where he's like, yeah, you think I can make money? I don't know, maybe, but he doesn't care about it. And that's for better or worse, that's Nick. Nick is a business guy, period.
He's just trying to make money. Let's see. He's a money guy. I respect that. Not really for me, but not gonna. Yeah, it's just. Was Liam that Australian? Yes, he goes on Ethan's show sometimes. But yeah, this is the cover that basically broke the camel's back with all of these psychopaths. But yeah, I don't think I've ever drawn this way since, and yeah, it's not really my thing, but it's what my sister.
So the part I don't understand is Dynamite, on the other hand, is not like a prolific comic book publisher. So I've always seen Dynamite as just like, no offense, but like trash licensed books. And licensed books have a bad racket for having shit artwork for the most part. Rarely ever do a licensed comic actually have an art budget because they have to pay X amount of money goes to the person who holds the license. So they're always usually compromised, right? Very rarely do you get somebody like Walt Simonson working on like RoboCop or something like that. That's like 1 in a million shot. I don't understand the outrage of Dynamite and Comicsgate. Like, I don't
either.
Like, I never understood that, because it's like, well, they'll make a comic with anything. Why wouldn't they? But until the day they didn't, until like their whole business plan was at jeopardy. I don't know. It's just weird. And the whole Dynamite thing, the outrage doesn't make sense.
No, I honestly, it doesn't make sense because 1, it's retarded. 2, it's literally just people upset to be upset because they have nothing else to do, really. So they just get upset about other things.
But it seemed like some people thought other artists should have had your opportunity. But seeing Nick's eyes, he wouldn't have sold as many covers. So that opportunity was not there for anybody.
Oh yeah, they said I skipped the line, and they're like, how did I skip the line? I got offered a job and I took it.
No. That job only exists because he wanted your fans to buy it. Like,
Yes.
that there wasn't this magic cover just sitting around with an artist to fill its slot. It was like he manufactured that cover for your audience to up his print numbers on whatever book it was, Vampirella. Like, that's why skipping the line shit just didn't make any sense, because that wasn't an opportunity for anybody else other than you.
Well, it's funny, those Wheelers, that couple that like everybody hates. So she bitched at him, like she added Dynamite, and she's like crying about like how my art is shit and how come she doesn't get a cover. And then she got a cover too, and I don't even think she made a fraction of the amount that I did. And then because she was complaining about the way mine was drawn, and then people started pointing out like her fucked up anatomy. And it's just, there was like also one guy, and Nick even told me about him. He's like, oh yeah, he's like reading, because we were on a phone call, and he's like scrolling through, I guess, the messages, and he's like, listen to this one guy said, and he's like, we just felt so bad for him because he like hates you, that he's like, but he's obviously not right in the head that they sent him like one of those plain covers so he could draw on it.
I'll tell you after you're done with this, a true story I just remembered with Nick.
Oh, go ahead.
So this is Nick, and Nick. I was working at DC, and my contract was coming up, and Nick comes up to me. He's like, "Bro, we gotta go dinner. We gotta go dinner." And I was like, "I don't know. Why am I going to dinner for you? All right, I got nothing to do tonight. I guess we'll go to dinner." He takes me to this restaurant, fairly nice. He's like, "All right, man, I got this idea. You're coming up on your contract. What you're doing at DC, all that's great and everything, but how would you feel working with now I can't think of his name. The guy that did Michael Myers, Escape from LA, John Carpenter." He's like, "How would you love John Carpenter wants to work with you?" And I'm like, "What? I'm gonna get to work with John Carpenter?" He's like, "Yeah, a little bit of creator-owned stuff. We'll work a little percentage in for you. What do you think about making some really cool John Carpenter shit?" And I was like, I was doing Red Lantern stuff. I was like, "Well, I mean, I love John Carpenter. It's kind of hard not to want to work with John Carpenter."
Yeah.
And so I see him a couple of months later. I'm like, "What about that John Carpenter stuff?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, some other stuff happened. That ain't going to happen. But man, I got this other thing." And what I come to realize, John Carpenter didn't want to work with me. He was going to take my stuff, if I was interested, and run up to John Carpenter and try to put and sew together a book.
Mm.
And that's when, I would see a lot of this type of thing with Nick. That's when I kind of realized who Nick, the type of nature of that, his business, that he's in, trying to make deals happen between people and just be the guy that profits. And I mean, nothing against him. I mean, he's nice enough, but I mean, for people to say that there's a real genuine opportunity, that there's just these jobs that Nick's putting in people on, that's not how Nick works. That's just not the way his business works. So, he's tailoring jobs. If I was like, "Fuck no, I don't want to work with John Carpenter," that job wasn't there for somebody else.
Yeah.
It's all, I mean, Dynamite doesn't really even own anything. They're just renting ideas and IPs to make some books. I mean, from my understanding, doesn't somebody own Vampirella and he pays for it, or he doesn't own Vampirella, does he?
I don't know. I don't know the whole thing of that, but that is the thing with Dynamite, is that they license out these IPs and make, books and merch of them.
Yeah.
So that was my understanding. So, like, for example, Nick called me up one day and he was just like, he knows I love like Baby Yoda, and he's like, "They're doing a Mando comic book. Do you want to do a cover like of Baby Yoda or like Gina or something for Mando?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, yes." And he's like, "It would be so cool to like have that Star Wars girl do a Star Wars comic," because they've been hitting me up about it for years, and I kept saying no because I don't want to work on Disney Star Wars, but Baby Yoda is another thing. And so he's like, "It all has to get approved by Disney, so you have to send me a sketch with color comps." And so I did the sketch, I did the color comps, and then everything happens with Cecil, and then everything pretty much gets canceled with like my covers and stuff. But Disney had already had the emails of approving my my composition and my colors. And then I see my freaking composition on the cover of Entertainment Magazine. And I'm like,
Yeah.
"These fucking bitches."
Yeah, that happened to a friend of mine. He was working on a Tron comic that never got published. The guy had licensed it was a plumber in Canada. As stupid as this is, somehow because I was supposed to be the artist of Ghostbusters, but it was movie related stuff, right? Like not the cartoon, and it was through Sony, and somehow this other guy at the same time acquired a comic book license for Tron. And one of my buddies, I did like one or two pieces on the Ghostbuster thing, and it fell apart. But they announced me in like Toy Fair as doing it. It was another Wizard magazine. So what is odd about that is when they did that female Ghostbusters movie, there's parts of the script. I'm talking years this was dormant. I'm talking like this is early 2000s. There's ideas in that were in that script of this comic that never got made. Like it never got made, that are in that movie from Sony. So whenever you do these license things and the license person, licensor, sees his shit and they get to approve it, they can basically like, when the license runs out, that's their ideas, whether it got executed or not. You're giving them a shit ton of ideas. Right. So my friend worked on the Tron book with the same guy at the same time, and they were going through the Disney approval, did about 4 books that never printed. They put out a Tron video game, and right there on the cover is his comp, like with computer graphics over it for the cover of the video game. And again, ideas he drew that never printed worked into the video game.
And I'm going to show you guys. So this, I just pulled it up into Photoshop real quickly. This was my sketch. This was like the colors kind of thing. And so that's what Disney had. And then that got approved by Disney, or by Lucasfilm, I should say.
Yeah.
And then you guys ready to see? I'm sure you guys have all seen this cover. Let me get it pulled up onto another screen. There we go. And then I see this and I'm like, oh, that looks fucking familiar. And this isn't even like the actual Baby Yoda puppet. This is like the sideshow thing. So this made at least they liked my composition well enough to make it the fucking cover.
Yeah.
And you can see it's like really badly photoshopped because Mando's not actually standing there. They like just photoshopped in his boot.
Yeah.
And so that, so I was like, oh, I instead of getting like too pissed, because I was pretty fucking pissed for like a hot second, then I was like, well, you know what? They liked my composition enough to put it on the fucking cover of Entertainment Weekly. So at least I got that.
So, but exactly what I'm saying, that situation happens all the time, but there's no time frame on it. Like you could do that and 20 years can pass and they can yank that. It could be story idea whenever you pitch for these licensed books, like in the case of that Ghostbusters movie. Like there were concepts that they had used, like the bad guy in that movie went to school with Egon or some shit like that. Like they were both studying Ghost or some shit like that. Like that was all the concept for the comic. And then Sony just has it. Like, oh, guys, yeah. You guys never make this book, but, you've been feeding us all these ideas for approvals. That's why I hate, like, even working on, like, the idea, like, of working on anything licensed anymore. I'm just kind of like, fuck it. Like, even, like, I've even working at DC, I would turn in comps, like, for covers, and then they would pick the comp I didn't like, and then they would hand the comp to another variant artist and he would draw my composition. I'm like, but that's the cover I wanted to draw. And why are you handing it to him? And I would even ask the editors, like, are you handing my comps to other artists? But no, it's just a coincidence, bro. It's like, no, it's not. It's the same damn rough I turned in for the same book. Like I just can't stand that shit.
Let's see. Why isn't anyone accomplished in Comicsgate? What are you talking about? Everyone in Comicsgate is pretty much established. It's a group of overstating their position in certain books that were even good. Oh my God, you're retarded, man.
Wait, why isn't, okay. Let me address this. Why isn't anyone accomplished in Comicsgate? Well, I was like a 43-week or something New York Times bestseller. And tons of characters I've created, whether it be every Red Lantern pretty much but Atrocitus. Every time they show up in a Lego video game, even like I don't know, last animated adventure like was there was like a Justice League, some cartoon Justice League Now or Action, something they were in Lego games, Injustice 2. Like whenever these characters show up, I get paid. I mean, I created these characters. They do like have legs in other media. It's a group of people overstating their position in certain books that weren't even good or nobodies. I've been on the cover of Wizard magazine twice in my career. Have a Wikipedia page. I don't know. I make $300,000 a campaign now. just ended last night. I mean, I guess I'm a nobody, but if I'm a nobody, then, like, well, most people in comics are nobodies.
You're the biggest nobody ever, Shane.
Yeah, but I'm not out here trying to say I'm a somebody either. I mean, like, I'm, but I mean, I'm just stating facts. Everything I said there is factual. But if I'm nobody, then most everybody.
If anyone here is a
99% of
nobody,
comics
it's
are
me.
nobody. Yeah, but 99% of people in comics are nobodies if I'm a nobody.
Yeah.
They're saying Shane created Garfield. That's Jim Davis, not Shane Davis.
Oh, well, now we can't be friends since you didn't create Garfield. How dare you?
I told kids when I went to school because I like to draw. I'd be like, my uncle draws Garfield. I would
Oh.
lie. I would lie.
Well, I guess there's no way to prove it.
No, it's like there was no internet back then. It's like kids believe me. Like, oh, well, I guess your uncle draws a goofy cat,
A fat kitty cat.
fat kitty cat. I hate Mondays too. That my uncle got that for me because I hate Mondays.
Oh,
That's what I told him.
gosh, I'm trying to find this comp, and of course, I don't. Everything was on my old computer back because this is like 2020. And so I brought everything over, but it's not like saved or organized, which drives me crazy. But I'm really trying to find this damn thing. I just found the screenshots I took when you brought Terry on when she was a baby and she's in the little pink Adidas.
Oh, dude, that is so old.
I know, she's so little.
Yeah, she's huge now though.
How old is she now?
Like 4.
Your baby's 4?
Yeah.
My God.
Going on 4.
That's
The
so weird.
what is misleading is she's like 99 percentile, so that means she's like pretty freaking big.
Mhm.
So like there's like, I don't know, like 5-year-olds her height, like it's like she's big. I have an appointment in the morning because I've been fasting, so I got to go. But everybody back in
Okay, I'll probably go too. It's like 4 in the morning, and I probably should. But yeah, guys, I'll just end it now. But everyone, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for going and backing my book. I will be doing more promoting. I'll stream later today when I wake up, and then I'm hosting Flashcast this weekend, so I'll be streaming. I'll see if Chrissy wants me back on Simcast on Sunday. So I'll try to like make the rounds and everything. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for backing. I'll do one last refresh. I'm at 1,057 with 13 backers. Let's see if anyone else backed this book. Hey, thank you. 1,167 with 14 backers. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate it. Thanks everyone for being here. Shane, anything you want to plug before we go?
Nope. I'll be on Ballers tonight. That's pretty much it on my channel. And I think I'm having dinner with Andy Smith tonight also.
Oh, well, have fun with that. Well,
Yep. All right. Take
everyone,
care.
thanks so much for hanging out. Shane, thanks for coming on.
Yep,
Good night.